Good evening and welcome back to Chasing the Target. In this episode, we will be previewing the India versus Australia third test. But before that, we have to talk about the best test match, the best cricket match of this year. One of the all-time great matches, I think, the way it ended. Incredible scenes in New Zealand, winning by one run. With me, I have my co-host, Mr. Faistar. How are you doing, sir?
Incredible scenes in it early morning. Zabardast match tha yaar. Baseball took a back seat for some people. Even Ben Stokes had to play a little bit slow. So I mean, traditional cricket won, and for me
You
baseball.
know, you know why? You know why he had to play
He got an
slow?
injury on his. He got an
It's like
injury
on
on
one
his.
leg, bro. It's like on one leg, bro. But yeah, I mean the game itself. I started watching from ball one, and then I couldn't stop. I just kept going, kept going. I thought England would finish it. First, I thought New Zealand will finish it. Early wickets in the morning. I think they lost 4 wickets for 30 odd runs. Then the Root and Stokes partnership. I'm like, this is it. And then Wagner, those two bouncers that he bowled,
Oh man.
one to Stokes, one to Root, changed the game around. And again, I think folks he batted really well. He kept the game alive. It went to the wire. It swung both ways, and it was an incredible game, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I was watching the match. I mean, not like from the morning, but the highlights, whatever I could grasp. Basically, तुम देखो, like a lot of people say कि test match में ऐसा नहीं होता, excitement नहीं होता, ये नहीं होता. But look at this, man. Like one run से जीत रहे. After like you, if you're like watching the match from the beginning and like following it, imagine that fifth day how you might feel from what it was on the first day, right? Like the
Yeah.
trajectory is so different कि आपको ऐसा लगता है कि भाई अरे अरे बेकार मैच एंड देन अरे एक रन से जीते क्या हुआ होगा एंड या आई मीन I think the main thing was that good catch from Wagner in the on the fine leg position on Southeast bowling where folks got dismissed. वहां से
Yeah.
game पूरा change हो गया. Folks would have probably stayed, might have been like gone to the thing, but then Anderson also came, hit a boundary. Everything happened, every
But
possible
yeah,
thing.
that's how the game went. It could have been either team's game. It could have been either
Right.
team's game, and that's how it went. First of all, I wanted to ask you if you would like to apologize to the New Zealand team. You went really hard on their bowling the other day. You were very, very upset with
Actually,
them.
I mean, actually, no, from the position that they were, and they couldn't break. Like they took a lot of time to break down Ben Stokes and Joe Root. I mean, Joe Root, and like you said, Ben Stokes एक पाँव पे खेल रहा था. He was basically like Ismail from Lagan, injured होके भी उन्हें खेल रहा था. So मेरे हिसाब से, I think they could have, but Wagner took a lot of time, if you see, to start bowling those short balls again. In the middle, it was just like the same, coming, pitching the ball, coming, pitching the ball. But then he started bowling the shorts, and that's where he got like
Bro, but
a
there's
bit of
something. The
attention.
guy has some thing in his
Weird.
shoulder. I don't know. He has some weird muscle. You can't keep bowling short balls like that. I don't know how he does it. He's 36 years old. Okay, he runs in and he's just peppering those short balls. इतना consistency के साथ, वो pace के साथ मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा. I honestly thought he was done. I thought this was his last series. He's like he's 36, and I know like Anderson brother also. Anderson's 40, but I just felt this guy had too many injuries and everything. He did well for a period of time for New Zealand, but today, man, was his one of his best
Yeah.
spells. I still feel that spell in Australia was incredible, where he didn't pick up too many wickets, but it was a crazy spell. मगर
Strong.
आज का
Yeah.
spell था बाउंसर पे बाउंसर भाई incredible. उन्हें चिंदिया कर दिया हम लोगों को like batters को. They didn't have an answer.
लेकिन या वो भी आप देखो कि जिस तरीके से न्यूजीलैंड बिलीव रखे बहुत बड़ी बात है and they were pretty decent in the field like from what we were seeing them in Pakistan and stuff इतना fielding में भी उन लोगों का they were losing out them so but today they managed to get their catches they वो बीस्टी और ब्रेसवेल का भी almost ड्रामा हो गया था बेन फोक्स का कैच थोड़ा बहुत
Yeah.
जजमेंट का बोल सकते हैं stuff it just fell short वरना that would have maybe they would have won it earlier but it's just like that innings from Kane Williamson comes to show you man oh my god and yeah I think in hindsight अगर अपन देख रहे हैं पूरा retrospect पे पूरा देख रहे हैं I think it's the right call that Ben Stokes made for me at least क्योंकि Ben Stokes का जो बहुत ज्यादा criticize करे कि follow on कहीं को लिए ये कहीं को करे but logically अगर आप देखो man he just lost by 1 run.
But that's basketball for you. It's exciting. It's not gonna give you wins all the time, right? You're not gonna get victories all the time, and that's impossible in sport to keep winning every single game unless you're the women's Australian women's team. It's impossible to do that. So, but at least they're making something out of it. It's entertaining. I love it, man. I really enjoyed it. The game, it was incredible.
But
Already,
इसमें वही है
Huh?
yeah sorry go ahead हाँ
नहीं
बोला
मैं बोल रहा था कि न्यूजीलैंड में क्या जबरदस्त घास है ग्रीन लाइक they're sitting on the hills and watching the game the
yeah
backdrop of the mountains is already you feel
मेरे
like
को
you're
वही
in
यार एक मैच like if we can धर्मशाला में देखने का है hopefully
not
the
Mount
IPL का
Mount Maunganai. You don't want to go to Mount Maunganai?
या कहाँ भी जाओ भी मंग मंग दिख के मंग के चलेंगे, लेकिन या वहाँ पे भी जबरदस्त माउंटेन्स का व्यू है।
That was
बट
incredible game, man.
बीच में बेसबॉल थोड़ा रुक गया था, कन्वेंशनल क्रिकेट थोड़ा शुरू हो गया था, बट इंजरी
Yeah.
तो थी, फेयर इनफ मैन। बेन स्टोक्स लेजेंड, उधर भी जाके उन्हें कंटिन्यू करा, इंजरी रख के उन्हें स्वीप शॉट्स मार रहा था, एक पाँव पे भी चौके मार रहा था, सो दैट वाज समथिंग वेरी क्रेडिट commendable. But yeah, I mean, New Zealand still managed not to lose a series at home since 2017, so their stat is still intact, and yeah, it's good for
Yeah.
Kane Williamson. But a lot of changes needed in the New Zealand squad, and I don't know where they're going to get the players from, man.
They'll come back from injury, the other players. Imagine Jamison in this team, imagine Ferguson in this team. Zabardast Rengi team. Like they're still waiting on those injuries. We'll just take some comments. Gajju
That's
bhai,
why.
khairiyat se, kaise hain aap? Theek thaak. IPL is back. What a test match between England and New Zealand. A treat to watch. Incredible, man. South Africa end the day on 314 for 8. South Africa will be disappointed with the amount of wickets they lost in the last session. It was coming.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something in South Africa. This is the score I was saying even yesterday. 250 to 350. Like I think 314 is an excellent score. West Indies
Yeah,
will
for
be
one
under a lot
day.
of pressure now. Yeah, no, especially on these kind of pitches. The way Markram batted, he was outstanding along with Elgar. But I think as the game progresses, there will
Traditional,
be
yeah.
more variable bounce, and it's going to be very difficult for West Indies. That's
Yeah,
just my
and
gut.
actually, well, Prince भी बोला था in like in the morning pitch report that there are like थोड़े वो dense winds है for the pacement, so it might act up. शुरू में थोड़ा
It
moisture
is
रहेगा,
going
slow
to act up.
रहेगा, and that's what. And Babuma also said like, uh, actually on the toss he was like, I wish we lost the toss and we could just bowl, but he said I would anyway want to go batting. I don't know why he said that, थोड़ा confused दिखा, but yeah, I mean, but अपने कैप्टन कैसा हमारा भाई, अभी पूरा सनराइजर्स फॉर्म में, बॉय भाई साहब कुछ ही हो नहीं,
पूरे लाल
मार्क्रो
बॉल
का।
में आ गए मगर फॉर्म में व्हाइट बॉल पे देखना पड़ेगा क्या होगा। बढ़िया इनक्रेडिबल ही बैठे
इसलिए
रियली वेल।
इसलिए अपनी जर्सी ऑरेंज रखे, तो थोड़ा बहुत लाल से रेडी रहना, बट या मैन इट्स जस्ट गुड टू वॉच हिम कम बैक सो स्ट्रांग।
So, bhai, your thought on who could play as third pacer in WTC final as third pacer? Bumrah is injured. Shami, Siraj, Shadul fixed. I prefer Unatkat. Third pacer, third pacer. I'll have to think about it, but I think they will probably go with Shardul because he can bat and it'll swing. The ball will swing as well. I think in England he'll get the ball to move, so they might go with Shardul. There is still time for that, but yeah, maybe Shardul is what they're going to go as the third pacer, or they go four pacers and you play Unatkat and Thakur will bat as well. He'll give you that option. क्या
Yeah.
जल्दी थी इंग्लैंड को 1 इनिंग्स रूट था जब डिक्लेयर कर दिया था 10-20 रन तो बनते। या आई थिंक पहले इनिंग में भी डिक्लेयर कर दिया। ऐसे ही खेलने वाले हैं उन लोग रुकने नहीं वाले हैं। Look, again, at the end of the day, you could criticize the follow-on. In hindsight, you could criticize the declarations. You can criticize a lot of things, but they still went for the win. And they don't mind losing if they're going to go for the win. They could have drawn this test match if they just came out to bat and batted 1, 2 or full days. Then the fifth day, they could have taken the loss out of the equation. But at the same time, New Zealand would get the chance to draw. They don't want that. They don't want draw. They want either a victory, otherwise haar gaye to haar gaye. And yeah, that's the cricket he's playing.
मेरे हिसाब से आई थिंक द इनिंग जो डिक्लेयर करे इट नलिफाई हो जाता है, क्योंकि आप देखो 209 पे न्यूजीलैंड ऑल आउट हो गई थी, तो वो डिक्लेरेशन एक्चुअली मेक सेंस इन दैट एस्पेक्ट। बस वो फॉलो ऑन का क्वेश्चनेबल है, बट एक रन से आप मैच हारे तो इतना भी क्वेश्चनेबल नहीं है, क्योंकि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट वाज लाइक अगर बेन फोक्स खड़े जाता, and that could happen. It was last day drama, so I think
we'll be down the leg side. You remember the last time this happened? Ashes mein Edgbaston, Flintoff. Was it Flintoff? No, it was Harmison bowling, right?
Harmison, yeah,
Yeah, Harmison bowling. Grant Jones took that catch of Bretley, was it?
Bretley,
Or
yeah.
Kasperwich, I don't remember. I think Kasperwich. Kasperwich was the striker. But yeah, it was like that kind of scene, man. Incredible match. And if you noticed, the crowd also, they came in free कर दिए tickets बच्चों को स्कूल से उठा के लेके आ गए. People started ditching work and they came to the ground when they saw the score. So it was good. Like there was a packed ground in the end. Harry Brook का run out match का turning point था बिल्कुल.
Yeah,
and did you notice, Fez, how the keeper Blundell came up to the stumps to Sadi, Henry and Wagner, which was not a easy thing to do. Came up to the stumps, and I think that also helped in the run-out situation that he was there. He was close by to
quick to receive. Yeah, quick to receive.
But yeah, Bracewell made up for it. Like it was a very good run-out, and that was the turning point, man. I think he was sold down the river.
But again, like for me, like चलो ठीक है आप बोल सकते हैं it was the match turning Harry, but again इतना close आ गए थे कि every possibility was like run down for me.
It's just
It's
because the
just
form is in, right? Without
yeah,
facing the
yeah,
ball,
yeah.
out होगा हमें.
नहीं, मैं
दस
वो
आदमी
समझ
को.
रहा हूँ, लेकिन आप देख लो, आप लाइक आप क्रिटिसाइज कर सकते हैं, लाइक रेट्रोस्पेक्ट आप पूरा ले लो, हाँ भाई कहीं को डिक्लेयर करे, भर मतलब यू वर फुल ऑफ इट, बैस बॉल का एटीट्यूड है, बट हर चीज नलीफाई हो जा रही है, लाइक आप देख
Yeah,
लो,
yeah.
जस्ट लूज बाय वन रन, यू जस्ट लूज बाय वन रन, सो
Yeah.
इट्स लाइक एनीथिंग में आप कुछ भी पॉसिबिलिटी में वन रन से
क्या
हारना
मैच
इज
है
लाइक
यार. I have no complaints about this game. No complaints, zero. Like, incredible. It's
100%.
1-1 series tied. They share the trophy, but what a quality game of cricket. But
भाई बहुत मजा आया, बहुत
momentum
मजा
was
आया
going
मैच.
from here to there, here to there. Like you said, अरे एंडरसन चौवा भी मार दिया था उन्हें आके down the track
Yeah.
आके मारा भाई उसको. Confidence देखो भाई की आके he came and just whacked him through mid wicket. तो who
only
would have thought?
only wicket I have a complaint with is Stuart Broad. पूरा लेग साइड पे बॉल है,
और
आप
उसको
हट के
प्रॉब्लम है
फ्लिक
शॉर्ट बॉल
करने
से.
के,
I know
बट
what you did last summer.
आप इतने लंबे हैं, आप इतने लंबे हैं, आप
No, he
लेग
had a
साइड पे
big
पुल कर
problem.
दो.
Bro, you remember Broad in the start of his career, he used to chip in with 40s,
चिप इन में,
30s, this and that.
yeah.
फिर एक्सप्लॉइट कर दिया. आई थिंक उन्हें मिचेल जॉनसन या कोई आके बर्बाद कर दिया उसका बैटिंग करियर. They bashed
Basically
him
they
off
made
the
a Shreyas Iyer out of him.
Yeah, he can't play this short ball, bro. He has this. He always backs away now. Every time you see this is even against India, even if like Shardul Thakur is bowling, he'll back away to the short ball. That was coming. Crawley की जगह Johnny या Josh को लाना होगा. हाँ, what about Zach Crawley as
Yeah,
the
it's
base
time, man.
version of KL Rahul right now?
Yeah,
Zach.
he's bichara. He's in a thing, but like he made 24, fair play of 30 balls. He
Even
played
KL
fast.
Rahul is there.
He played fast. He didn't take 70 balls. He took 34 balls, and yeah, I mean, वो हिसाब से अगर देख रहा हूँ मैं तो लैक is still ahead. But नहीं, एक साल का, it's. But again, England में कैसा है मुस्तफा? Like this is what I'm saying. He's just playing one format. He's not playing any other format,
But that doesn't
right?
matter. It
It
doesn't.
थोड़ा बहुत मैटर क्या होता है? He's not taking a
that,
place in
that matters
any
to
other.
you because
Yeah.
because you think it doesn't matter if he's the one format. If he's
ओडीआई का
not
स्पॉट
scoring
खराब
runs,
नहीं, ओडीआई का स्पॉट खराब नहीं कर रहा, एंड टी20 का स्पॉट खराब नहीं कर
तो
रहा,
क्या
तो आई हैव
लेना
नो
देना है
प्रॉब्लम.
उसमें. उन्हें देखो, मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि like but that argument I'm saying don't give, if you want to say, you say that you back him, no problem. I have no issues if you want to back him, but
See,
to say that he's ठीक है, at least he's in one format, let him play as bad as he wants, that's not acceptable.
no,
The
no,
test
I'm not saying play as bad as form, but at least he's not like if you're bad, you're bad in one. You don't be bad at multitask नको करो जब तुम्हारे को एक task नहीं आ रहा. You know what I mean? वैसा है situation, but yeah, I wouldn't want him to even play in like one format. But at least like he's not spoiling it for any other like Shubman Gill or some T20 guy who can come in and play, right? So I said सोच रहा हूँ मैं तो just to get some way a differential factor. But yeah, Zach Crawley एक
that's
साल से
different.
खराब कर रहा. Yeah, Zach Crawley एक साल से थोड़ा बहुत एक पाकिस्तान में innings खेला था, उसके अलावा he's been very bad. बहुत खराब.
Yes, Broad after getting hit by a Johnson bouncer hasn't been the same batsman. Yeah, that was the bouncer. Now, like I remember that series. I know what you did last summer, Stuart Broad. Yeah, उन्हें edge करा था. He didn't walk. फिर next series they went to Australia and they just badgered him, man, with short balls, and public भी उसको sledge कर रहे थे. And yeah, he had a torrid
But
time of
like
it.
this ball that came to him today, he could have just pulled it like leg line. Like I don't know what he could have done with it. He could have just hit it. Third ball के left-handers paradise है वो ball.
नहीं, but he had like it's not उसके बस की बात नहीं है वो. Joe Root want to be man of the match, so he ran out broke. नहीं, just a misjudgment because the second
साई
foot
भाई
went and cut it off. He
साई
thought
भाई
it was
लड़ाया
going to be.
साई भाई लड़ाया लगा रहे इंग्लैंड ड्रेसिंग रूम में. But yeah, I don't think that was the thing.
उन्हें समझा बॉल गली को जा रहा है, उन्हें सेकंड सिप से आके काट दिया ब्रेसवेल. तो like it was good fielding as well. If everyone plays test cricket played like as well, then surely test cricket going to last 3-4 days average. But this one was 5 days, right? Almost 5 days to
Average. That's why I'm saying average, and I think even Akash bhai, if that's the situation, I won't mind if the matches are like this, right?
But
Like
bro,
if
even
there's so
without baseball, it's last. How much is the India Australia lasting, bro? 2 days.
exactly, yeah, without
Because
baseball,
without
like rank
baseball,
turner and stuff. So it's
yeah.
but again, अगर ऐसे टेस्ट मैचेस आ रहे हो और आपको रिजल्ट ओरिएंटेड आ रहे हैं, I wouldn't mind. But like you also do require थोड़ा conventional cricket even
But
in the midst of baseball.
but bro, the emotion, like the stress, and test cricket is something else, right? Like it's
And
just completely different to a T20
And
or one
that's
day
what
game.
that's why I commend Kane Williamson's innings, right, of that 132, that he was stressed, he pushed on with follow on, and he's like, you go for it. Like Ben Stokes actually challenged them to bat करके बताओ भाई मेरे को, and Kane Williamson being Kane Williamson, भाई क्या innings है भाई, next level, 282 balls standing there, superb. That guy's something else.
ऐसी सीरीज ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस इंडिया से उम्मीद तो थी, मगर आई थिंक लाइक एवरीवन इज हैप्पी दैट ऐसा नहीं है, बिकॉज फिर आप डब्ल्यूटीसी से बाहर हो
WBC
जाते
का
फिर अलग
सर।
ड्रामा चलता अगर
अब
टू
अच्छुल
टू।
भाई, ऐसा आपको खाली एक मैच दिखेगा, वो भी इंग्लैंड में। वो इंग्लैंड में इंडिया कैसा टैक्टिक करती है, कैसा, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। चलो अपन इंडिया में खेल रहे हैं, भी अपन एडवांटेज यूज करें, बट इंग्लैंड इज अ डिफरेंट गेम फॉर इंडिया। In
या
England, the WTC final, I mean, the conditions
हुआ
in
कुछ
England will
अगला।
not suit Indians, right? तो वहां पे थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग रहेगा, बट अभी जितना खुश होना है हो जाओ। In June, it's gonna be a different ball game.
Yeah, but overall, I think the series was incredible. We got to see some really good cricket, and New Zealand are the fourth team now to win after being asked to follow on. So, the Zabardast result for them. They played incredible cricket. They held their nerve, and yeah, what a match, man! Man of the match for me is I know you're gonna go Kane Williamson. I will go Wagner. I just feel that spell was
Yeah, that
crazy,
spell
man.
was incredible. Yeah,
The,
100%. That
the way he knocked both of them over, Root and Stokes, and then the last wicket he took it. He put the nail in the coffin. But you could go Williamson as well. Like it's either
either
or.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's talk about tomorrow's game. So yeah, man, it's time for the preview of Fairs. Let's go. आकाश भाई रेडी है, पूरा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस देख के हमारे को हेल्प कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे। Rohit did say this. He said if we win the third test match, then they can play on a green pitch in Ahmedabad to prepare for the WTC.
Hey, that's not a bad idea अगर he actually is going to do that. तो बट अगेन देखना पड़ेगा। इंदौर, पहले इंदौर तो खत्म करो, उसके बाद लेट्स थिंक ऑफ अहमदाबाद।
Yeah, yeah.
प्रोवाइडेड यू डोंट फायर द क्यूरेटर आफ्टर द फोर्थ अहमदाबाद टेस्ट। अगर आप हार गए वैसा हरकत करके और स्टार बार घुस गया आपके अंदर, फिर वो क्यूरेटर को भी आप अल्लाह हाफिज बोल देंगे। तो बेचारे क्यूरेटर डर डर के पहले तो पिच बनाएंगा।
मगर उसको I think he said, then he's like, oh no, I don't want to think about that anymore. I think he said that as well, right? But they have to win this test match. Like whatever the case, I know everybody is upset with Australia, and they have a disgruntled team now. It's dismantled. There's like 4 or 5 players not even there. आधी टीम है, आधी टीम नहीं है, लेकिन you still have to take it seriously. There's still match winners in that team, and India can't afford to lose. If you see that second test match, they were dominated for a lot of the test match, and over here, I think India will want to take control early on. If they can bat first, which they haven't yet in the series, that will aid them. But either way, they'll have to be on the toes. Again, the biggest thing will be Ashwin and Jadeja, right, for Australia. If they can't conquer them, then it's game over again in this test match.
Yeah, and I think given the fact like they've played 2 tests, Australia should do much better right now with whatever they have, like in terms of notes and analysis on both of them. बहुत ज़्यादा होंगे, but आप 2 tests खेल चुके, maybe you can exploit something from that, take something, because Steve Smith also, I think in his interview said that never in my career, I think fourth or third time in my life, मैं जब out हुआ, I felt angry at myself, like, what am I doing? Like he questioned himself, and that's how badly the spinners have
Yeah, वो
affected his
slip
mind.
mark
So
है, right?
yeah, so he's like, what am I doing? And I think now maybe they have some time, they had a good amount of time, 10 दिन थे आपके पास to clearly watch your first and second test, get some notes in, and sit around a table and discuss how do we actually go about this. Cam Green and Stark obviously going to be a very good addition इसमें, क्योंकि ये दोनों भी मंजे हुए खिलाड़ी है। Cam Green can actually stay and play a good innings, hopefully. I don't know how he is against spinners. Maybe you could let us know how Cam Green bats against the spin. But yeah, I
He
mean,
has a good reach. So in Sri Lanka, if you saw that series against the Sri
hmm.
Lankan spinners in Sri Lanka, he was sweeping pretty well. He was getting to the pitch. He was playing down the ground as well. Because of his long reach, he's a tall guy, right? He actually plays spin pretty well. Now, Jadeja and Ashwin is a completely different ball game, bro.
Different
So
ball game,
it's
yeah.
not going to be easy for him. But in general, he's a good player. Like he's a decent player of spin. That's what I saw from the Sri Lanka series. In the last summer when I was watching, I remember he was pretty decent. Rohit Sharma also said that. Taking the vice captaincy from KL Rahul doesn't indicate anything. So
Yeah.
everybody who's watching us right now, please tell me who is your opening pair tomorrow. Is it KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma? Is it Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill? Or is it Shubman Gill and KL Rahul? What would you like to see? I don't know if Chirag Bhai joined us yet, but I know his answer. Yeah, Faz, let's start the debate, man. I think you have some graphics also.
Yeah,
It's a
let's
good
just
segue
clearly
into
see.
this
See,
section.
it's very basic. It's going to be scores and matches and stuff, not much intricate work. But just to get a sense of what Shuman has done. Yeah, what Shuman has done, what KL has done in the past.
Wow, my opener, bro. क्या बात है. It's like a FIFA card. हाँ जी.
Mbappe!
Strike rate 51, average 33, 100.
Yeah.
Wow, 700. 1350s matches 47, highest 199, just short of that double hundred. Yes, sir. We can proceed and then we'll do the comparison.
Yes, and now comes the future of Indian cricket, Mr. Shubman Gill.
Yeah, strike rate 57, average. Oh my god, look at that. Average is less, bro. What are you
Yeah.
saying, bro? 13 matches,
In the
736.
last 13 matches between KL Rahul and Shubman Gill, अगर अब last 13 matches निकाले KL Rahul के, he's averaging 13 right now. So I don't know.
मगर तुम नहीं दिखा रहे मेरे को, जो तुम दिखा रहे मैं उसके ऊपर बात कर रहा हूँ, तुम जो दिखा रहे उसके बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ. You know what this is a clear indication of? It's an indication
Yeah,
that batters are struggling in India. You see that
yeah,
average because Shubman Gill actually played well in Australia. He has a 90 odd over there. He played well in that series, but where did he fail? Against England in India. So I
England.
think that is an indication that average of him. I know he's only played 13 matches, and right now he's in the form of his life, and he should play the Test match tomorrow, in my opinion. But this average is an indication that it is tough for openers unless you're Rohit Sharma, like the top three, top four, even Virat Kohli. If you take out his average, which Pujara, they are struggling in Indian
Yeah, yeah.
conditions.
With
This is
again
indication.
with the World Cup also, that's a very big concern, right? अगर India में अपन
No, but
struggle.
red ball is different. Red fast, like white ball, you're not going to have rank turners like that. Like red ball is right now the pitches they're playing on, they're very difficult for the batters, and you can say that the Indian players are not as good players of spin, but also the ball is turning much more than it used to.
Yeah, that's I
So
can say.
that's another thing, right? Like, तो उस हिसाब से that's what that average is indicating to me as well. But it's not going to be easy for him. But does he deserve to play? Yes, I think absolutely. Like he's been in the form of his life, and he was your Test opener, so it's time for him. And I think it'll help KL Rahul as well if he gets a break. Your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, I mean, Rohit Sharma said it won't be an easy decision to make, and we'll see, क्या होने वाला है and कब होने वाला है. But मेरे हिसाब से देखो, आप try कर चुके KL Rahul
Why
को.
did Rohit
I
Sharma
know
say that? तुम इतना बोलते भाई उसके against KL Rahul के साथ. Why did he say it's not an easy decision?
अब KL Rahul मेरा sorry, रोहित शर्मा मेरा दोस्त तो नहीं जो मेरी follow करेगा, लेकिन मेरे अरे obviously he has to be diplomatic, vice captain
Why
है.
does he have to be
uh,
diplomatic?
Yeah, because he can't go and say कि नहीं भाई इसको नहीं खिला सकते form, and he has been
वो
back. He is the
तुम
one
बोल रहे
like
ऐसे ही बोल रहा हूँ डिफिकल्ट मगर नहीं है डिफिकल्ट.
नहीं है difficult. मेरे लिए तो अगर मैं कैप्टन था मेरे लिए तो difficult नहीं होता. But Rohit Sharma again, he like you say, he sees something in KL Rahul, he sees talent in the boy, and yeah. But मेरा इतना है कि KL Rahul को आप 2 मैचेस दे चुके. Australia know his weaknesses. Australia have already got him out in a couple of ways. Let's just try something new, a fresh breath of air, and give a fresh breath of air to KL Rahul ताकि उन्हें भी थोड़ा बैठ के विचार सोच करे कि भाई क्या हो रहा है ये पिच में मेरे को. And he's already caught, man. Like even Ganguly said the same thing थोड़े दिन पहले कि भाई एक छोटा like बाउंस भी अगर अनइवन दिखा तो इतना बड़ा बॉल दिखता है in this kind of a situation which KL Rahul is down in confidence का प्रॉब्लम दिख रहा है कि भाई a molehill will become a mountain is what the situation is, right, with KL. So sit him down, let Shubman Gill come. Let's see if he actually is struggling in India. Maybe based on the stats what you've told us that he is probably struggling in India, but he played amazing again in Australia. Let's just check that out because he had a good run in India in the white ball.
No, I
Again,
mean
there
for
are
all
different.
batters, like,
Yeah.
it's actually a compliment of Rohit Sharma. These averages,
Mhm.
like, because Rohit Sharma
Yeah.
is just on another level right now, right, in Indian
Yeah.
conditions.
Yeah.
If you see, he's already
Yeah.
banged like 200s in these kind of on-rank turners, one against England, one against Australia. So I think for all batters, apart from your lower order, your top order is struggling in Indian conditions. So yeah, it's just like is just a story there, narrative that I've picked up on.
Because मेरे को इतना डर हो रहा है कि कल अगर स्टार्क का फर्स्ट ओवर जो रहता हमेशा obviously in India it might be a little bit different to an Australian Stark over and if KL Rahul is there man बहुत बहुत डर के रहेगा उन्हें वो फर्स्ट बॉल जो आता है और स्टार्क का कुछ तो भी मूवमेंट अगर स्लाइट इंडिकेशन भी रहा मूवमेंट का that guy is out of here bro.
Why this guy got his high five got his spot on. Thank you for joining us. He got it bang on, bro. He's on Faz Venkatesh Prasad. I am Akash Chopra. Yes, 100%. We're not denying it. I'm on that side, KL Rahul. But
Yeah.
again, he should. I also agree that he should be dropped. But I will like. I'm on that side. Ki bhai, thoda रहम करो भाई इंसान है.
पिंडा नहीं रहम कर
Akash
सकता
bhai
यार.
is saying that in the last 12 months, Shami has better batting average than Virat and KL Rahul.
Wow, that's
I
incredible.
don't-
Oh my, and that's come from Akash Yadav to Akash Chopra. So
Akash
yeah, I
Chopra.
mean, there you have it. Virat का देखो भाई आकाश भाई, I don't know, we cannot drop Virat. I know, and Mustafa is right when he says this कि भाई why if you're dropping why haven't you dropped Virat Kohli, right? And I mean it's just that simple
No,
that
no,
he
I
has.
didn't say that.
I mean to say in the sense कि भाई when he was in bad form you give him a very long rope when you
Yeah,
compare
yeah,
it to KL Rahul. Let me
yeah.
आ रहा है तो मतलब मेरे हिसाब से
No,
yeah
you said. हाँ
it's
बोलो.
a fair shot, but one number three spot is cemented because of the legacy this guy has, and KL Rahul doesn't
Yeah.
have that
My
legacy. And let, huh.
my argument was that he got triple long rope. He deserves it. I'm saying usko itna rope nahi de rahe. They're not going to give him Virat Kohli level rope. But you guys were assuming that they're giving him Virat Kohli rope, but they're not.
Yeah.
Virat's dip was way worse, and it's still going in Test cricket. Right? It was way longer, and you gave him a longer. KL Rahul को 6 महीने हुए भाई. मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ. आप like 8 महीने ले लो. उसमें से उन्हें 2-3 महीने खेला नहीं. IPL भी पकड़ लो. So total 7 months you're judging on his thing, which is fine. It's enough time. Now he should be dropped. Yes, I agree.
But
But I
the
was
thing
just
is
saying
here,
that.
like
Huh?
number three spot pay, where Kohli plays, or number four
Four.
rather.
Huh.
Yeah, number four rather. Who would be there to counter Kohli?
Who would be there to counter Kohli?
Because when you look at KL Rahul, he's got
You
Rohit
what
Sharma,
you'd
he's got
ideally
Shubman
like
Gill.
to do is you like in the future, not now. In the future, you would ideally like to play Shreyas Iyer there or Shubman Gill there, and then you put Sarfaraz at 5 or Shreyas Iyer at 5. That's what ideally you would like to do in the future. But right
Yeah.
now, yeah, there isn't. But that was the same thing with KL Rahul, right? Shubman was injured; he was not available, so that's why KL Rahul was opening the batting. If you remember that. One of the series when Shubman Gill got injured, it was the last England series, right? When India were winning 2-1.
Yes.
In that series, there was Shubman Gill who was supposed to open, but he got injured. He didn't go. So then KL Rahul went, he scored 100. When he scored the 100, they kept him. And then, but unfortunately, this man, when he does score big runs, then he doesn't perform after that. So, uh, what are your
Upper, upper
what are
Umesh
your
Yadav.
thoughts on WPL? Oh, sorry, Umesh Yadav. Third bowler WTC final में अगर इंडिया चाहती तो I was thinking about him, but I don't know,
I
man. I'm
think
not
even
sure.
Rohit Sharma hinted about Shardul Thakur, right? In the press conference, he said, "Okay,
Yeah,
Shardul
yeah.
is
He said that
definitely
he's
in our
not with
plans
us right now.
because he does have an in swing in him and he does have the ability to bat. So yeah, I think we'll
With
make
Umesh
changes.
Yadav, man, in Indian conditions, I'm a fan of him with the red ball. But I don't know,
Cutter,
man.
yeah.
Away conditions, bro, there was one series under Dhoni's captaincy. I think it was 2012. Australia
12,
गए थे हम लोग.
yes,
भाई
yeah.
क्या पिटा होने उमेश. I know this is early of his thing. Him and Arun, I think were leading the attack or something like that. And बहुत उसके बाद मेरे को उमेश यादव पे भरोसा नहीं है, like in away conditions. And he had pace at that time, a lot of pace. So I don't know, man. He's a bit erratic. In Indian conditions, yes, I would consider him. Mustafa bhai, your thoughts on WPL? Uh,
Post by
posted
Jesha.
Jesha is posting about Indian women's cricket in the last 2 months than he ever did. I mean, yeah, like this is going to be a big event, right, for Indian cricket and for India. So he has to promote it. They
Best.
all have to. They've invested so much into this. There's like the broadcasting rights have gone for like millions, and they've invested in this
Yeah,
with
or on a semi-final
players.
maybe he was also there in the semi-final doing
Yeah,
this,
he was
right? And that's why he lost. But I mean, yeah, I think वही
no, like
पैसा इतना लग रहा है and commercial and you have to market it, and India is very good at marketing, I think.
there is a better thing. If India won the World Cup, this would have been promoted. Everything would have been done easier. It would have been easier for this promotion and all that. I think that is just it's taken a bit of a backseat. But I'm looking forward to the tournament.
But I also think like Australia winning it and like India coming in the semi-finals and stuff. There are many players who are also in this IPL from respective squads. So I mean, still I think it'll have that.
No,
You know,
we'll enjoy it. We'll watch it.
but
But imagine if India won, everybody would have like been on top of this. Like you'd come back, you'd have like a parade and everything. First World Cup,
Mhm,
and then
mhm.
straight into the IPL and everybody watching. I think Stark injury के
Perfect
बाद
story.
आता है इतना आसान नहीं होगा come back. And I don't know if he's 100% fit. They were saying
Mhm.
in Delhi also he could have played, but because of the composition, they didn't go with him. It looks like Australia will probably go with Stark and Cameron Green and 3 spinners, or they will add a Boland as well and go 3 paces and 2 spinners. That's what Smith was saying, from what I could understand from his press conference, that they're going to decide tomorrow if they go 3 seamers or 3 spinners.
Mhm.
उदारा का बैकअप तैयार करना चाहिए, अब 2 साल और खेलेगा लग रहा है बस.
या पुजारा का बैकअप तो मुश्किल है, लाइक वो ऐसा कोई खड़ना पिच पे, बट पुजारा भी थोड़ा पोर रहा है इन द रिसेंट टाइम्स. बांग्लादेश में आई थिंक 21 या 2 सेंचुरीज मारा था उसके बात
इंडियन
ये
क्रिकेट में
कह रहा हूँ.
देखो इतना इतना इंडिया में इतना टैलेंट है, कोई ना कोई आ जाएगा, बट या दे वोंट बी ऑन लेवल्स लाइक, डू यू थिंक Pujara is on Dravid's levels? I don't know, like
No,
you probably
I
would
don't
say
think
no,
so.
he's not, right?
I would say
So
no.
what,
Yeah,
but you will probably find somebody like a Pujara, maybe not on his level, but you'll find there's so much talent in Indian cricket, man. Who would have thought, like after Sachin Tendulkar we would like see a Virat Kohli, like conquer the world? We wouldn't know that.
exactly.
My Bumrah is going for surgery. If that's true, what is the medical team doing since last year? Bro, I questioned this like 6 months ago, 7 months ago, and I was very upset with it. And Fez was trying to calm me down
Make a
and
positive. No, but
yeah,
yeah, definitely you आप question तो करेंगे because India Sri Lanka में आप you put your name in the race and फिर आप back out कर दिए last minute में saying कि I'm not feeling 100%. So yeah, I think now it's time to seriously ask him question. Maybe he's not getting his injections like Chetan Sharma said. I I know it's a low blow, but yeah, it comes to make you curious कि भाई what actually Chetan Sharma was saying. सही है कि नहीं है कि जो लोग आईपीएल खेल रहे हैं सब खेल रहे हैं मे बी दे कैरिंग एन इंजरी एंड जस्ट टेकिंग सच levels of steroids or whatever it is and continuing their careers. You never know.
yeah. Like look, the thing is now he's out of the IPL. That's what I'm hearing. If
Yeah.
that's true, that's huge news. That's huge news if he's going to miss the whole IPL. Because everyone is expecting, there's already memes, Ki Bumrah coming out of the wheelchair, he's going to be running in and everything like that. So it is a concern. Look, again, we wish the best for him as an individual. We want him to come back. He's an important player for India, but as a cricketer as well, you as a sportsman, you don't want anyone to go through such long spells. But look, Archer's been through it. There's a lot of bowlers who go through it. It's part and parcel of the game, and hopefully he comes back before the World Cup. If not, then after the World Cup, because it looks like it's very serious right now. If he's not coming back for the IPL, matlab कुछ तो है problem बहुत
Do you
बड़ा.
think he's gonna tweak his action post like surgery? Maybe it's
How will
because a
you
lot of
tweak the
people
action? Like it's difficult. Like and
because a
if he
lot of
does tweak
people
the
say
action, it's going to
because
affect
of
his bowling.
election. Yeah, because
You
lots of
remember
pressure.
Irfan Pathan, he changed his action and he forgot how to bowl, bro. Like so that's gonna. I don't know if he should do that. Like the. So yeah, like do you think he will tweak? Maybe he will. I don't know. Only he
Because
can answer.
the action really does trigger his back, and that is one what people say because
But does
most
he
of his
know
weight
any
is
other
here.
action? Does he know any other action? Like especially अब
अब
इतना awkward है तो कैसा like करेंगे, right? Like
वेवर्ड तो है बढ़िया मुथाया मुरलीधरन भी थोड़ा चेंज करा था.
थोड़ा ठीक है मगर tweak I understand, but उन्हें like I think the way he like releases, it's still going to cause a problem.
Probably
Still
yeah,
going to cause a
100%.
problem. Yeah. Stoic said he has never been 95 to 100% fit except for 4 or 5 matches in his career. Interesting. If Bumrah will go through surgery, then recovery may take his home World Cup hopes. Yeah, like if he does go for surgery, then whether he'll be ready for that World Cup in October, it looks doubtful right now. And I think India's already planning. If you notice, like 6 months ago, before the T20 World Cup, they did level best to go into the tournament with Bumrah. Rohit Sharma didn't want to play without Bumrah. It was clear that he was his strike bowler. But I think now they're understanding life after Bumrah. They're finding different options. They're trying different things, and it won't be as big of a shock, but it will be as big of a loss because Bumrah is India's best fast bowler. There's no doubt about that. Whether it's middle overs, new ball, death overs, he will be there for you. So I think it will
Yeah.
be a huge loss, but India will be much more prepared this time. At least आपको clarity है अभी कि भाई इन्हें नहीं है IPL में भी he's going to go through surgery. It's doubtful right now. So at least आपको पहले से ये information मिल गई and you're not banking last minute.
अब ये देखना पड़ेगा इंटरेस्टिंगली कि मुंबई क्या करती है ना to fill that void and it's a very big gap for them. Potentially maybe they could just lose the IPL because of this.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about that. So Mumbai
Okay.
Indian strategy, they did a very high risk strategy now to come to think of it. You can say it's unlucky. I considered it unlucky, but I was
Yeah.
reading a post, I think it was on Twitter, it was an article somewhere. They were saying ki, like these guys, right now they're getting screwed. They went hammer and tongs for Jofra Archer, who was not fit that year. They bought him the year he was not going to play. And then Ishan Kishan, they went 15 crore and he has averaging 20, 30, not more than that, 20 odd, I think. And then they didn't get a backup for Bumrah, like a proper, like a replacement, maybe not on that level, magar replacement for Bumrah, wo nahi hai, wo level ka. So do you think they're getting their strategies a bit wrong by just
Yeah.
fully investing on players? Ab dekho, look, Ben Stokes bhi Chennai kare, I don't know if he's going to play the IPL. He's saying he's going to go. Lekin when you put heavy stock on a player like that,
Yeah.
which Mumbai do with quite a few players, it could be very risky instead of building a team.
Yeah, 100%. And I think वही है ना कि भाई you're right because Mumbai should have ideally looked at this coming because since last year they had news that this guy's injured, right? 2022 say he's been injured for like 7 months, and अगर आप वो टाइम से अगर strategize नहीं करे, hoping maybe कि he'll come back and stuff, you can't bank on that win in a tournament like
Also,
IPL,
Archer, they
right?
bought him when he knew वो season he's not going to play.
Yeah, exactly. So
Everyone said, "अरे क्या जबरदस्त investment future का ये वो," मगर now you probably be without Bumrah, and then everything depends on Archer. Will Archer last a whole IPL? I don't know, because he's also coming back after a big injury, right? It's been a while for him as well. तो
yeah,
उस हिसाब से I'm not sure कि कैसी strategy है. It is a bit, I know it's unlucky, like that's 100%, but maybe that's why you need to put eggs in different baskets, except for instead of just one basket and like go for big players. Like Ishan Kishan, 15 crores. Do you think it was worth it? I honestly felt it was worth it at that time because Sunrisers were also going for him. But it just looks right now they've went too much on these players, and they let go of Hardik Pandya. They've let go of a couple of other players, right? Kunal Pandya and some other Indian.
Pollard also went away, and like yeah,
Pollard,
I
yeah.
mean, but मेरे हिसाब से I mean ईशान किशन चलो ठीक है, still young, he'll give you another 3 to 4 years depending if he stays and stuff. So
हाँ.
that way your investment will get balanced out, or break even. If one
Good point.
IPL goes one IPL if he goes crazy, it's fine. But with Bumrah, he's like already from like last summer he's injured, and आप उस हिसाब से अगर आप ये छोटे IPL में किसको तो बिठा, you can't expect like a maybe Jaydev Unadkat is an international player, but you can't expect him to have that impact, and you should have planned better. इसलिए Sunrisers number one. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting how Mumbai strategize. And अगर बुमराह वापस आ गया, bro, he's going to get a very back, you know, क्या बोल backlash from the media. अगर उन्हें कैसा भी करके आ गया ये खेलने,
IPL में बोल रहे हैं.
yeah, IPL में.
आईपीएल में आके खेल के इंजर हो गया तो फिर खत्म. वो भी रिस्क है, बट ही इज अवेयर ऑफ दैट. देयर ऑल अवेयर ऑफ दैट. लाइक आई थिंक दे विल जस्ट डू व्हाटएवर इज बेस्ट. 2023 ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल किस ग्राउंड पे होगा?
ODI World Cup, man, Narendra Modi Stadium. There is no other stadium that's gonna
अभी
because
अनाउंस
एक
नहीं
लाख,
हुआ.
but
अभी
100% because सबसे ज़्यादा capacity उसमें ही है, and obviously Prime Minister का name का ground है, so I think that enough to say कि Gujarat, from Gajjo Bhai to Gujarat, so yeah, definitely it's gonna be Nammo Stadium. Even I think the IPL final is there, so yeah.
I think it'll be in Rajiv Gandhi Stadium, World Cup final.
I wish, man. मैं तो सुबह जाकर बैठ जाऊंगा भाई.
India versus Pakistan. All the sacrifices you made in the last couple of months, Fez, you will get rewarded for a final India-Pakistan in Rajiv Gandhi.
Oh my God.
Hoping we get 3 to 4 talented bowlers in this year's IPL. Maybe one can replace Jasprit Bumrah, a role paced plus Death over.
Arjun
Yeah, I mean,
Tendulkar. Arjun Tendulkar. Arjun
yeah, he's
Tendulkar.
gonna, I think he's gonna finally get a game this season, man. I'm really looking forward to that.
Because he was
Him
he was
versus
playing for
Shubman,
Goa
क्या
as well.
बोलते? Huh?
Hey, yeah, he was brother-in-law, brother-in-law. But yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean,
Bro,
Arjun has been playing a lot of
खिलाना
cricket this
जरूरी
year.
है यार. Come on, man, you gotta play. But I'm saying, in terms of, there are bowlers like who impressed me in previous seasons, like Umran Malik is one, Mohsin Khan, these guys. So now hopefully we get to see better, more consistent performances, because now also data analysts understand these bowlers. What happens if you see in the IPL, the first year, if you're new and you're talented, you're always difficult to face, or like even batting, you're really good. But it's the second year, third year, can you keep that consistency? Once you keep that consistency, then you can like consider him as selection material for India and everything. That's what I feel. Because क्या होता वेंकटेश अय्यर को देखो, he had an incredible first season. उसके बाद गायब हो गया उन्हें. तो उस हिसाब से I think for the likes of Mohsin Khan, Umran Malik, what's it called? Even Kuldeep Sen, these guys, this year will be very important. If they can perform this year as well, then yeah, hopefully we have. I
But
wouldn't
just
say
the main thing
replacements,
is कि
but
भाई
backup.
injury करो, ये सब चीज़ें देखना पड़ता. Like you can perform well and stuff and probably get selected, but injury is always one thing with these guys that they're not keeping fit for some reason. जितने भी नए बच्चे हैं, कुछ तो भी होते जा रहा है उन लोगों को, and I think it's because they play so much domestic cricket and stuff that they play and वहाँ जाके injure हो जाते when the call for that international duty comes. So I think they just need to understand and balance that out as well, maybe.
And you would think like with gym and all this, like the body would actually be able to withstand like more pressure and everything like that. But I guess it's just too much cricket. That's what it is. बहुत excess है आजकल. Do you think not qualified for WC final will be a black mark for England cricket? And what's the reason they have not qualified? Because they got smashed before baseball. Baseball से पहले उन लोग लगातार मैच हारे थे. They lost a series in West Indies also, if you remember, Sai bhai, just before Root gave up, was sacked as captain, and then they made that change to Ben Stokes. They lost a lot of games. I don't think it'll be a black mark because at that time it was, but they made the change. Now they're successful, and it's the next World Test Championship they'll probably aim for.
Yeah,
But for England cricket, it's about, I think, the Ashes, man. That's what they're focusing on right now, which is this summer. If they can win that, that will be a huge step in the right direction. And then creating that consistency, if they can continue this, even if personnel changes, if Ben Stokes is not there, can they continue to play this type of cricket and be successful? Then yeah, I think that's they're gonna take it one step at a time. इंग्लैंड और बांग्लादेश ओडीआई में कौन फेवरेट है कल? भाई ये सवाल एक्चुअली अच्छा है बिकॉज इंग्लैंड की फॉर्म उतनी खास नहीं है
great नहीं है.
मतलब
Yeah,
में
yeah.
although on paper इंग्लैंड आप बोलते हैं कि फेवरेट्स होना चाहिए, they're the best white ball team in the world, but these are going to be challenging conditions. They're going to play, I think it's going to be packed crowds, man. Bangladesh, I think atmosphere should be very nice, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
yeah,
So
and like
yeah, good
you
series.
have play. Huh?
No, I'm saying it'll be a good series. I think favorites England ही रहेंगे, but it's a good question. It's like because
Yeah,
Bangladesh
but
don't
like
have
it is at Mirpur the match and they're very good there.
what
Turn
about
होता बॉल
Mirzapur.
होता. मिर्जापुर में तो कालीन भैया है, यहाँ पे तमीम भैया है, तो तमीम भैया is back finally, कप्तान साहब है, and one
Yeah.
kid that I'm looking forward to seeing is Tawheed. He got a shout out or a call to the squad. This guy scored about 400 odd or 500 runs Mustafa in the BPL.
Hmm.
In a whole, he smashed it in every match. He was like the man, almost every match on the man of the match. Raha. So Tawheed Hirdoy is one guy I'm very keen to look at, but I still see a very good rebuilding phase going on in Bangladesh. India को भी they gave a tough challenge in the ODIs. आपको याद है we lost 2-1.
They beat them, yeah.
And मेरे हिसाब से I think yeah tomorrow I have a light feeling, a strong feeling Bangladesh might win tomorrow.
What about Mehdi Hassan Miraj?
Yeah, Mehdi Hassan Miraj is there. You've got
He's
your
gonna be the player to watch out for me.
Shake by Litin Das. We can't forget Litin Das as well.
Yeah.
Shanto is a very good opener. Taijul Islam is also in the team. We saw him
Is
only
Archer
when we
playing?
were at. Yeah, Archer is, I think, in the squad. I don't know if he's going to play, but yeah, he's there in the squad.
That'll be fun. It should be a good
Yeah.
series. I think England will go favorites. I'm expecting England to win, but yeah, because I think in these conditions, Bangladesh do play well. They show that against India. They have the crowd behind them. It'll be a different atmosphere. It'll be a challenge for England. Like I just hope they get that form back. Like the way they play, because white ball cricket
Oh.
right now it's looking off. Especially 50 over, but with the World Cup coming up, they'll want to get some wins under their belt. But I'm again not too worried. If you see from England's perspective, even T20s, they were losing a lot of bilaterals before that World Cup. They went down to win the World Cup. So the way they play, they can step up on the big occasion.
Yeah, and they have इतना squad depth है इन लोगों के पास कि ना कहीं भी किसी को किधर से भी बुला लेके नया टीम बना ले सकते हैं, and a much stronger team on for all the players who are in form. तो अगर आपकी रेड बॉल में जो फॉर्म है उसको बुला लिया, व्हाइट बॉल में बुला लो, आप T20 के किसको भी मिला के बुला लेके एक बड़ी ट्रांसफॉर्मर जैसी टीम बना सकते हैं. सो या वो अच्छा है. सर केएल राहुल पर अब बैड फॉर्म और क्रिटिक्स का प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा है. मुझे नहीं लगता कि उन्हें थर्ड टेस्ट में पिक करना चाहिए. शुभमन गिल इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन नाउ. अब खेले भी तो कॉन्फिडेंस वही है सचिन भाई के. अगर केएल राहुल खेलता है जब भी खेल रहा है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया को मालूम है प्रेशर में है, तो धाड़ उसको डालते जाएंगे एंड प्रॉब्ली ट्राई एंड मेक हिम मोर हेजिटेंट, और वो चक्कर में फिर वो कुछ एज या कुछ दे के आउट हो जाएगा. एंड जैसे मुस्तफा भाई बोल रहे थे, ही नीड्स अ ब्रेक टू गेट हिज हेड राइट. नॉट जस्ट दैट ही इज इन बैड फॉर्म, बट ही नीड्स टू गेट हिज हेड राइट. मोर आप खिलाते जाओगे, मोर कॉन्फिडेंस होगा विद एवरी गेम दैट ही इज गोइंग ऑन अ डक. सो या 100% शुभमन गिल.
MI बैड ऑप्शन. IPL किसी का बैकअप नहीं है. किसी के पास बैकअप है बॉलर का. जॉफरन बुमराह को सारे मैच नहीं खेलते हैं. यही प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज दे इन्वेस्टेड टू मच ऑन द बिग नेम प्लेयर्स दैट they couldn't invest in backups, so that's where they're going to struggle.
And that brings more pressure on the batsmen like Surya Kumar, Devol Brevis, and Tim David, right? Inla have to step up and give them big totals so that the bowlers, if they fall short of a Bumrah stick kind of a spell or Jofra Archer a spell, तो फिर आपको at least वो scoreboard से थोड़ा confidence आएगा.
Why India is not appointing foreign head coach in 8-9 years when many successful professional franchise coaches in the international market?
Who is there? Like I can't remember anyone right now who's there in the market, because I don't know the market. It's not like football में आपको मालूम रहता कि कौन किधर से. But like yeah, in the past John Wright was successful. Gary Kirsten was a very good call. Duncan Fletcher a little questionable, but yeah, I think Ravi Shastri done a good job. I think as a coach, he was fair enough. Like he was good in the test circuit and stuff. What do you think, Musa? Like, does India really need a foreign coach, or like do you think India has enough like local coaches? Because we did win a World Cup with one foreign but one Indian also with Lal Chand Rajput.
Yeah, so I mean
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, if you look at it like that, I think what's it called? It doesn't really matter. But if you see the foreign coaches, John Wright and Gary Krishna, under them, they actually had like a really good identity the way India was playing, and Ravi Shastri
Mhm.
also had that. So again, I'm not too much into this argument. I used to always back foreign coaches over Indian coaches, but like it doesn't really matter if the coach is a coach. If he's Indian or he's foreign, he has to do the job. It depends on how he bonds with the players. Like right now everyone can speak English. I don't think that's communication should be that big of a deal. Even if they can't, they will communicate. How does Eric Ten Hag like communicate with like Fred and these guys? I'm sure like
Mhm.
they have ways of communication. I don't think that's a problem. It's about building relationship, building trust, and then having like an identity as a team, and then you take it from there. Like, Ravi Shastri and Kohli were very aggressive. They wanted to play aggressive cricket, in your face cricket. Under Gary Kirsten and MS Dhoni, it was more calm,
One man.
relaxed, take it deep, one step at a time. Again, Ganguly and John Wright, it was aggressive, taking it to the opposition, getting backing youngsters as well, like Yuvraj, Mohammad Kaif, Zair Khan. These guys were very young when John Wright took over. So, us hisab se, like, it's just about building that identity. I think it's what you do as a coach rather than your nationality. I don't think that should be.
Yeah, and this completely I agree because अगर अपन फुटबॉल में देखो सऊदी अरेबिया का जो मैनेजर is not Saudi, right? He doesn't know Arabic, but the translator was there in the dressing room every day. So you have ways to communicate. I think it's just आप मेरिट पे अपने खेलो and अपने बॉयज के साथ थोड़ा close doors, more in sync with your team rather than the outside noise. That is how you probably make much more noise in the ground. Basketball ने से अच्छा नितिन पास is back, bro.
भाईजान कैसे
अफ्रीका
हैं
अफ्रीका
आप?
अफ्रीका का मैच चाहते कि आगे देखो हाँ हाँ बास्केटबॉल न्यूज से शुरू हुआ वही हारा बट द थिंग इज दैट अगर बास्केटबॉल ना होता तो क्या मैं आज सुबह उठ के मैच देखता वो आप हमें बोलना हम आपको नहीं बोल सकते वो
नहीं
चीज
देखते हैं
बट
वही
नहीं
इट्स
देखते कोई भी नहीं
वेरी
देखते और या
मैं
हंड्रेड
सोया नहीं भाई
परसेंट
फैज मैं सोया नहीं मैं it started to 1:30 or 2 a.m. over here and I didn't
या
sleep until the match finished. I couldn't like because I started watching it and it just kept going from one end. As soon as the match was done I went to sleep, but it was that kind of game and it's because of this new intent. And like as a neutral, I loved it. Like I think it was incredible. I have no problem. You're going to get criticized when any strategy, any team will get criticized when they fail, whether it's baseball or fairs ball or golf ball or any ball, man. It's gonna like get criticized. I don't have a problem with that. But what I like about this, even in a loss, it made it exciting, right? मजा तो आया दोस्त. I joined late, guys. You might have discussed what a test match it was. Incredible test match, the best test match of the year so far. And it's going to be tough to beat this test match. It was just going from one end to the other end. We didn't know who was going to win the test match. Anderson coming and hitting that four, putting England back in contention when it looked like it was all done. That was also an incredible. So overall, जबरदस्त match था. पाकिस्तान लीग में काफी अच्छे प्लेयर हैं. समी अयूब और एहसानुल्लाह भाई वर्ल्ड क्लास. आई थिंक आई मीन वर्ल्ड क्लास नहीं बोल सकते अभी, लेकिन एहसानुल्लाह हैज इम्प्रेस्ड अ लॉट इन द पीएसएल. एंड समी अयूब, मी एंड फैज वर डिस्कसिंग हिम यस्टरडे. मैं भी बोला था पेशावर जल्मी का जो वन डाउन बैट्समैन है, ही इज अ वेरी वेरी गुड टैलेंट. ही हैज ऑल द शॉट्स इन द बुक एज वेल एंड ही इज लुकिंग गुड राइट नाउ. लेट्स सी, लाइक इट्स ऑल अबाउट कंसिस्टेंसी and trying to improve your game. But right now he looks like a proper talent, very exciting player.
Yeah, and Azam Khan as well, right? We've been discussing him as well. आजम
क्या
खान जो तरीके से मार रहा भाई खींच दे रहा ना उसको कोई ग्राउंड छोटा दिख रहा पूरा उनके but yeah he's just been splendid.
WPL 2023 प्रीव्यू कर रहा है या करेंगे?
करेंगे
करेंगे.
करेंगे 3rd मार्च को होपफुली बिकॉज 4th मार्च को फर्स्ट मैच रहेगा एंड आई कैंट वेट. मजा तो आने वाला है. T20 जो वर्ल्ड कप था T20 वाला उससे अगर अपन कैरी फॉरवर्ड करें जो तरीके के टीम्स वर्ल्ड कप में देखिए अब यहाँ लोग मिक्स एंड मैच रहेगा तो और इंटरेस्टिंग रहेगा कि हाउ स्मृति प्लेज विद हर सबऑर्डिनेट्स एंड हर डिफरेंट teams from the World Cup. So मजा आने वाला है. And then you got Beth Mooney who's going to captain as well. The UP Warriors, I think. Or is it the
No,
Gujarat
no,
team?
that's Elisa Healy is
Gujarat,
going to
the
captain.
Gujarat team,
Yeah,
I think.
Gujarat is Beth Mooney.
And
And
her,
Gujarat also have Ashley Gardner, right?
yeah, I think so, yeah. And
Woo!
Sneha Yadav is the vice captain for Gujarat. तो है काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है. हरमन के ऊपर देखना है कैसा प्रेशर रहेगा. Imagine she wins the IPL, man. I'll be like, hey, you should have won the World Cup. आप World Cup कहीं को नहीं जीते, खाला ये IPL कहीं को. But yeah, I mean, just water on the bridge क्या कर सकते? Run out बस
आप
Boring
सो
itself.
बताए आपके आईपीएल और डब्ल्यूपीएल कौन सी टीम से आपके आप कमेंट सेक्शन में हमको बताओ अभी से बोल दो फिर स्विच नहीं करना है बाद में मतलब आपकी मर्जी मगर मैं हर वक्त बोलता हूँ स्विच मत करना विच इंडिया player for you think will be there for next BGT season? I think
Will
Umesh
not be there. Will not be
will
there
not
for
be
the
there.
next PCT. I think Ashwin, Umesh, and Pro. No, I think Ashwin might be there if he drops format. Either T20 format if he drops, then I think I see Ashwin there. I see Rohit Sharma is definitely going to be there, and yeah, Umesh Yadav was not in pick for this one, so usko rakhna bhi waste, I think.
हम्म अब टीम को टेस्ट के बॉलर ओडीआई टी20 बॉलर को अलग करना होगा इनका डर है सारे फॉर्मेट में इंजरी हाँ
Injury
डर
का
है
डर है. तो I
हाँ
think
बिल्कुल
सही है
डर है
आंसर में.
अब इंग्लैंड
Yeah,
को देखो कैसा कर रहे हैं उन लोग लाइक फॉर्मेट स्प्लिट कर दिया ऑलरेडी टीम शुरू हो गई वहां पे वनडे कल कल से फैज वनडे मैच तो
yeah,
लाइक
कल से.
आज टेस्ट मैच खत्म हो कल वनडे तो आई थिंक क्रिकेट ऐसा चलने वाला है एंड इट विल हेल्प इंग्लैंड एज वेल राइट बिकॉज it gives them more clarity and it gives those players as well some rest between games between series the one day team was resting when the test team was playing and now it's ulta hone wala hai and I think it's good clarity to have that. I'm just surprised that from the test team there's nobody like who would you consider maybe Harry Brook would play. I think Harry Brook should have played. Joe Root I know right now is not getting into that team. He could with these reverse sweeps. Ben Stokes to Chodo is retired as of now
बट वो
but yeah.
वही है ना. बट आई थिंक जिस तरीके से इन लोगों का they're setting out, I mean इंग्लैंड अगर they find के ओडीआई स्क्वाड में थोड़े वीकनेस है, they can just pull anyone at any time.
Yeah, you think
तो
Harry
ऐसा भी
Brook will be
प्रॉब्लम.
in the World Cup squad?
Yeah, I think he will
I think
definitely. He'll
IPL
be
will have
that
a say
guy.
in that. I know that we shouldn't judge on the IPL, but it might have a say on his
No,
selection.
and like I think because middle overs may if they need an acceleration in run rate, or maybe they need someone to come and like score runs. That could be a shot. I mean, again, it's on Josh Butler and how he handles it. But I think current England squad जो आज खेलने वाली है कल खेलने वाली है, थोड़ी बहुत maybe I see a few players not being selected maybe. So let's see.
WPL, या WPL में खूब रन बनेंगे होपफुली मैं
Yep.
गुजरात बिकॉज ऑफ स्नेह राणा वो दिन से है ओह स्नेह राणा कम ऑन नितिन पाजी लेट्स गो उन्होंने जबरदस्त बॉलिंग करी और बैटिंग भी अच्छी कर ली थी शी ओनली प्लेड वन गेम व्हिच वाज द सेमीफाइनल तो आई थिंक शी डिड अ गुड जॉब मैन एंड आई रेट हर एज अ बॉलर रॉयल चैलेंजर्स बैंगलोर प्ले बोल्ड फैज हु आर
But
योर टीम्स इन द आईपीएल एंड द WPL.
play bold but can't win gold. What's it, Rakesh bhai? But for me in the five, yeah, I'll go with my neighbors, Bangalore.
You're
Because
supporting Bangalore, huh?
yeah, I'm going because they know Hyderabad team, man. What is there was
You
no
like
question,
Smriti
but
Mandana.
yeah, I'm Bangalore, bro, because they're close to Hyderabad, 7 hours
Yeah.
away.
And men's.
Oh wow, Hyderabad, bro. I even
Just
no
so new
chance.
people, I don't know if Akash Bhai and these guys know who you support.
I support Sunrisers Hyderabad in the men's department. The women's, I'll be going with Bangalore. So, देखेंगे
आज भी
इंशाल्लाह.
WPL में जीत ले आईपीएल भाई वो भी अगर WPL नहीं जीते तो then there's going to be a lot of talk. They have a good team though.
Yeah.
They have a good team. Their chances will be high in this thing. But for me, I think on paper, like who I'm supporting, IPL Sunrisers, WPL nobody because there's no Hyderabad team. But I think the favorites for me, the team that I'm really excited
But
to watch, is the UP Warriors.
UP Warriors, yeah.
Incredible, bro. Arisa Healy, Deepti Sharma, and also Shabnam, isn't it? Shabnam. He's also there, right?
I think
Huh?
I'm not sure. We'll go through the
Gujarat
teams
player.
again. Guess abhi.
Yeah, if anyone
Oh,
can remind me of the UP players, I think it's incredible. I think Gujarat
अगर
will.
गुजरात जीती तो फिर देखना पड़ेगा. मेंस में भी जीत गए, वुमेन्स में भी जीत जाएगी तो लाइक या.
पाकिस्तान लीग में किसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हो भाई तो कराची को क्यों इमाद भाई का खेल रहा है
मानुसीन या
मेरी टीम तो वो है क्वेटा
क्वेटा
और
क्वेटा
फैज
इंडियन
की
मिलावट.
पेशावर जल्मी है मेरी टीम अच्छी नहीं खेल रही अभी क्वेटा आई एम वेरी
बॉबी
डिसअपॉइंटेड
बॉबी ऑल अबाउट बॉबी.
लाहौर की टीम बेस्ट है मगर क्या खेल रहे हैं यार बैटिंग भी बॉलिंग भी फील्डिंग भी
Rizwan is taking every
नहीं
match
उन्हें
in
तो
his
वो है
hand.
मुल्तान देयर आल्सो प्लेइंग
Yeah,
वेल
but
बट
Sultan's
लाहौर
there.
उसकी शाइन की टीम
शाइन की टीम या शाइन की
क्या
टीम
खेल
उन्हें
रही है
परसों वो.
कल इस्लामाबाद को ठोक दिया यार आई थॉट इस्लामाबाद विल लाइक गिव देम अ गुड फाइट जो आजम खान की टीम है आई थॉट दे विल गिव देम अ गुड फाइट बट आराम से सूद दिए उन लोग गुजरात
Yeah.
विन WPL Shiranka Patil from RCB can replace Deepthi Sharma off spinner all rounder, maybe one of the best Indian fielders. Interesting. I haven't really seen her, so I will be keeping a keen eye. Thank you for that information. I think that's
जरा
very.
फैंटेसी पिक्स कर लेंगे कल के लिए for the big
Oh
third
yeah,
test.
tomorrow India versus Australia. Let's go into the tips and chips. Ashwin line, Ashwin line, Ashwin. I didn't change, bro. मैं पहले मैच से अश्विन लाइन जा रहा हूँ. जडेजा जा सकता हूँ, और points मिलते, but Ashwin line. That's it. Bro, stop picking batters. I'm telling you, stop it.
मेरे को
Bro,
because भाई देखो it's both evident है कि भाई अश्विन और लायन अच्छा
भाई
डालने
तो
वाले हैं
फैंटेसी में
या
आपको वैसा
हाँ
एविडेंट है
बट
तो डोंट
मैं
कैप्टन
आई
हालैंड
मीन
एवरी
इधर
डोंट
अपन
नेवर कैप्टन हालैंड देन.
अपन आते गेम वो अपन एक अलग
भाई
तरीका
आप
हाँ अगर
सीरियस टिप्स दे रहे हैं. हमारे दर्शक जो हम लोग देखते हैं वो क्या है, खेलते हैं माई 11 सर्कल एंड ड्रीम 11. उनको टिप्स देना. व्हाट एग्जांपल डू यू सेटिंग बाय पिकिंग केएल राहुल एज योर कैप्टन मैन? व्हाट
sorry
एग्जांपल?
I didn't know I was a role model but yeah I mean I'm gonna go with I don't want to I mean बहुत evident है यार अगर जडेजा इसको डाले देखो अच्छा अच्छा मैं एक चीज बोलता हूँ चलो ठीक है मैं एक चीज बोलता हूँ
अच्छा जो भी बोलना बोलो.
हटा लो ये जो मेरा जो प्रिडिक्शन है
भाई एक सेकंड, आपके भी ग्रोसरी का लिस्ट है.
उसका दाल मिर्च धनिया टमाटर घी 2 लीटर दूध ये तो लग रहे घी और ये तो आई थिंक जिम गए हुए ना भाई feels back wants to do something
कोथमीर, मस्का, लाल मिर्च, धनिया, टमाटर.
सॉरी रॉन्ग विंडो पे थे
Saw that he put it in the wrong
क्या
corner. It's okay,
क्या
reveal
क्या
it. If you
क्या
let it be,
व्हाट्सएप
let
का
it
चैट
be
है
secret.
क्या व्हाट्सएप का चैट है मैं ये रॉन्ग विंडो
वो बस ग्रोसरी लिस्ट आया, सौदा लेना है, सौदा खड़ा
टमाटर
खड़ा.
कितने
भाई मेरे को भी
टमाटर
अच्छा रिमाइंडर है. We have to go grocery shopping, bro. If India bats first, I think a century will come from top four. Half as who are your two picks quickly? Doesn't matter.
तो
Just tell
देखो
me.
I'm just gonna tell this
No, I don't
one
want to
thing
hear. I just want to hear two players. Just tell me, man.
2 players I'm gonna go with Steve Smith
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go with Shubman Gill
Okay. I still I'll laugh
but
if Shubman Gill doesn't
But
play.
hindsight, वह एक चीज ये जो पिक्स है मेरे it's not based on the game. It's just because I want to pick something very different. अगर
Are
ideal
you
अगर आप
cracked or what?
game wise
Steve Smith is
game
a
wise
good pick, but people will pick him. Steve Smith is a good pick.
okay.
Prediction:
Prediction if
India toss.
India won the
Then
toss,
India
then
will be a
India
big.
will be a very. Oh,
They'll win by big margin.
but yeah, India won't win the
विराट
toss.
स्मिथ अय्यर भाई आप तो 3 डाल दिए नितिन भाई. दो
नितिन में
बॉल आ
एक्स्ट्रा
गए.
खेलते नहीं नितिन में एक्स्ट्रा
Shot
खेलते
आती है
हमेशा
इसमें. Ayer, not a bad shout. Smith, but I'm telling you guys, just pick your spinners, man. Be safe. फिर 4 टेस्ट में खेलो. आप अपना चेंज करते रहो. Go with Koeman. Go with what's his name? Todd Murphy. You could go with Jadeja. Aksar has not been picking up those wickets, but you never know. कभी भी कर सकता. And the likes of Ashwin, Jadeja, and Aksar are giving you points with the bat also. They're proper all-rounders now. So it's a good thing. नितिन भाई खवाजा भी दिख दिए. Travis had पूरी टीम नेम कर दे रहे हो. I don't think we will see any team giving follow on soon. It
I
could
think
be.
England would go again for that the way they are they would want to prove a point so yeah
Again,
England would
I understand even what Chirag was telling me yesterday, and it looked like it was counterproductive today because you didn't win the game. But I think hindsight is a beautiful thing. When if they got all out for 150 and England won by innings defeat, then we'd all be commending them. So it's like that. You have to give.
yeah.
That's why you have to give the opposition. If the opposition is coming back from such a large deficit phase, then you have to
Yeah.
give them credit there, right? Kane Williamson, he's a guy. And the opening batters, you can't take away from them as well. Conway
Yeah,
and
yeah.
thing. Was it Latham?
Yeah.
And then Nichols
Latham.
contributed a bit. Williamson, Blundell, the way he batted.
Yeah.
So you have
Blundell
to.
was phenomenal throughout the series. I think he was very
Yeah, he
good.
was incredible, man. He batted well under pressure.
Even behind the stumps, he was a good shot.
Shreyas Iyer will fire tomorrow. What if Mitchell Stark bowled some bouncers? Could Stark can get reverse in this test match? Man, the thing is with Mitchell Stark after that sandpaper gate, I haven't seen him reverse the ball that much. If you noticed, Australia maybe he's not been as effective as he was pre sandpaper. Uske jaake tum highlights dekho before 2017 and past 2017. There's been a bit of a dip. I don't know if that's just me.
But
Just
the thing
my
is, he can come in barging when close the gap, right? He pulls
Yeah,
close to
he's
the
someone who
legs,
can
and
break the tail. Even now, like he can
yeah,
come and break the tail. Will he get the ball to reverse? I think yeah, I think he can. He has the pace, and he has the skill to reverse the ball. Bangladesh batsmen face Mark Wood and Jofra good challenge. Yeah, I think that's going to be a very
yeah,
good
good
challenge.
challenge.
Again, it's going to be in Bangladesh conditions, so I think they can face that challenge and they'll adapt. But it won't be
Yeah,
easy. But also for
yeah,
England, it's going to be good because the
spinning.
World Cup is going to be in the subcontinent. So for Jofra
Yeah,
Archer, Markwood, they'll have to understand ki bhai kidhar pitch karna hai ball. How to nail those Yorkers. Playing again in the big crowds. That's also I know that these guys do it day in day out, but like the crowd is going to be very loud in Bangladesh. It's going to be very similar in India and the World Cup.
big thing that they're not in good form, right? They lost the last nine, yeah, six, seven one days England, so it's all about form for them also. So hey,
Yeah.
I mean, there is a challenge for both equally. And Bangladesh have been in good touch, like not very great touch, but they played very well against India. So it'll be interesting to see Shanto and Litton and all of these guys definitely.
Three
Yeah,
spinners again for Australia.
yeah, I
So
think they would
Smith
go for
said
that.
that they will decide tomorrow. Either they will go with Boland or they will go with Koeman. They'll decide tomorrow, I think. Green will come in for who? He'll come in for
Warner, the Warner thing, right? Or Renshaw jo bhi tha.
yeah. Travis will open the batting, which he
Yeah.
asked. Travis had to do the thing, and yeah, Renshaw, one of those guys, will sit out and he'll play. I think. If England wins all matches, do you dream number one in all
Dream one.
formats? What?
Do you dream number one in all formats in danger? Like, will England become number one in all formats in danger?
Yeah, I think they can
It's a good
because
shot,
they
yeah.
changed the red ball cricket now. The white ball cricket is on a very good level right now, so they could be in all formats. But again, they play high risk cricket, so there will be the losses. They will have the odd loss here and there. But in terms of winning trophies, yeah, I think they can be up there. The
Hundred
WCTC
percent.
next round will be interesting how they play if they
And
can
yeah,
continue
they
and
need to
like
get to that final next year. That's a
yeah,
very
if they
big.
can get to that final and win that, then I think it's going to be. They can cement their legacy in all formats. Right now, wide ball, though, they've already cemented, man. They have the 110 T20 in their pocket. Even if they lose this one, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Of course, they'll be disappointed, but their aim should be semifinals and then from there, see how it goes.
Yeah.
खालाजान सवाल पूछ रहे हैं आप
It's thakele. What is thakele, bro? What's this language? नहीं
because
नहीं
bro
थके हुए थके हुए
I
नहीं
wanted
है दो या न्यूजीलैंड इंग्लैंड का मैच देखा मस्त रहा तो
I watched the
पूरा
game, so मैं थोड़ा अब nap ले लूंगा शायद थोड़ी देर. Maybe that's why, but
बिग
so
क्वेश्चन बिग क्वेश्चन है वो टेस्ट मैच कितने दिन जाएगा ओके बिग क्वेश्चन वेरी
it's gonna
इंटरेस्टिंग
last,
क्वेश्चन
bro. It's gonna last long. It's gonna
आई
be
थिंक
last
इट्स
like
गोना गो टिल डे 4 आई थिंक डे 4 तक तो जाएगा
2.5, bro. Day three, it's finished. 2.5, 2.5. Best match. And Ahmedabad one, first Ahmedabad one. I'm telling you, 1.5 days or 2 days. Let's
Pause.
say
But if it's a green like wicket,
it's not.
like what
It
he's
won't
saying,
be green.
basically what he's saying.
I don't think
it,
it's gonna be green, bro. Also, England
this
is
match is
going.
boring. Yeah, nah, this match is
Uh,
boring now. It will finish in 3 days anyway. Only interesting part will Keller was go. Man, everybody's on Rahul now. I like it. I like it. I like it.
wait, I didn't understand. Only interesting part is will if he plays. The
Yeah,
squad
that's it.
selection will be also England is going with same strategy for all three formats, which makes it easier for their
And
players
that's
to
yeah,
adapt.
and that's how they'll mix and match. Agar World Cup, mein they need a thing. And oh my god, that comment. I'm saying about ranking they win ODI series 3-0, then will they be ranked number one in the ODI? And India can't achieve one ranking in all formats.
Don't worry about ranking. That's all I will say. Worry about the trophies. You look at you base a team, judge a team. I mean, you don't. It's up to you how you judge it. But I judge a team based on trophies. If they're winning the ICC tournaments regularly, then they're an excellent team. Like Australia,
Yeah,
they're number one
look
ranked,
at
but also they're winning trophies. For example, like I think going into the T20 World Cup, I don't know if England were number one. Were they? I don't know
no,
if they
and
were.
Pakistan was number 6 or 7, bro. But like,
Yeah, and
yeah,
they reached finals. So it's about the trophies. Big games mein kya karte hain. Like India have been number one for so long in different formats, but they haven't won a trophy. So it's
yeah,
important how you do in ICC tournaments when the pressure is on. I know sometimes you can be unlucky, but also in there you have to see consistency as well, right? Like India struggled to make it to the knockouts this time around. They made it to the semi, they got knocked out. The year before that, they didn't even make it to the semi, so they haven't done well. I think
Hmm.
um,
I agree with Agave. Ranking has no value. Yeah, ranking definitely has no value, man. It's all about silverware, goldware, underwear.
पूरा इग्नोर मार
Uh,
दे रहे, खालाजान को करना पड़ता है इग्नोर, पूरा ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन देते तो इधर-उधर चला जाता।
समझो मेरी दृष्टि से देखो क्या हो रहा है, क्या कमेंट आ रहे हैं.
Republic. Where's how pumped are you for tomorrow's test match, man? Come on. Don't be so confident India is going to win. Australia is there to fight, man. Australia is there to fight. Cameron Green, Steve.
I'm actually honestly I feel Australia is gonna win, because जिस तरीके से पैट कमिंस चले गया, वहाँ स्टार्क आ गया, कैमरन आ गया, at least some fresh air to see some fresh flavors in the match. You might it might take time for India to
But
adapt
bro,
to these
what do they
changes as
do?
well.
Because for me, I don't really understand what they did wrong. I know everyone said कि sweep, right? मगर भाई उन लोगों को sweep से भी success मिला था उनको जब तक वो
पर
match
उतना
तक
नहीं
थे.
था ना, लाइक उतना नहीं था जितना लाइक हर कोई कॉपी करना शुरू कर दिया. इट्स लाइक
I understand.
एक बंदा अच्छा एग्जाम लिख के आता है, अब बाकी के अरे भाई बताओ ना, so it's like
Uh,
that.
I
So I
understand
think
that, मगर अगर तुम
overdid
देख लो
it.
जैसे
They
हैंडस्टोन
overdid it.
आउट हुआ, उन्हें स्वीप पर नहीं आउट हुआ, उन्हें खेला ही नहीं स्वीप, मगर फिर भी आउट हो गया उन्हें. So that's what I'm saying. They got out to like the defense also. They got out to the straight bat. They got out to the
They
reverse,
just
to the sweep.
they
So
just
I don't
couldn't
know what
handle
they're
the.
gonna do, bro. I just
They
hope
just,
like.
I think they carried a lot of stress from Nagpur to this Delhi test, and like you said, they had it in their hands at one stage. They were 62 runs ahead, and they had only one wicket lost of Khwaja. They could have capitalized on that. They could have made a 250, 300 target, and they would have been in the game. But it's just Indian bowlers. Obviously, they use their advantages. They bowled in the right areas, and yeah, what else can they do?
Rank one in all formats history only happened once by South Africa. May never happen again. Ranking एक के साथ इस साल ट्रॉफी भी
It's a trophy.
जीतेंगे.
South Africa,
वो
बोल रहे हो?
सबसे जरूरी है भाई, सब ट्रॉफी देखेंगे. Like, and the thing is, India is going to be way more pressure. I'm telling you, from now India will feel the most pressure going into this tournament, and there's going to be a lot of narratives. Every press conference is going to be followed in that World Cup. Whatever Rohit Sharma does, moves, eats, is going to be followed. That Indian team will be like, everyone like a hawk will be after them trying to win. But I think for me, what it is that, of course, you want that trophy, but it's also that style of cricket. If you're going with a proper brand, you back it. What happened,
Yeah.
what I saw in Australia was you were playing aggressive in Asia Cup. You lost some games, but you were trying to be aggressive. Over in Australia, you went back into your shell. So it depends. If you want to play like that, conservative cricket, like that's fine. But
Don't change your time.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, like midway, if you're going to keep changing, that will think. But is that the right move? That you have to decide. We can't decide for that. By the way, Bumrah is likely to go back for a surgery and will miss IPL. Yes, we discussed this early on. That's big news that he probably missed the IPL. I did not expect that. I thought, with all the memes I was seeing on Instagram and everything, and just like in general, I just felt that Bumrah will play the IPL. Even Vinay said that Bumrah will play IPL, but gave false information. So right now, I don't know if he's going to play or not. We don't know yet, but it looks like he's not.
Yeah. नहीं, you never know. Welcome के जैसे उन्हें एक टांग नकली है बोल के भाग के आ रहा हो. So you never know. But at this point, it looks like अगर जिस तुम बोले अगर इंजरी हो गई IPL में उसको and misses the World Cup because of that, then there's gonna be a lot of heat on him.
Yeah.
Bad quality and stuff. So yeah, I mean, lots of things to look forward to, especially tomorrow in the morning, 9:30, first ball back and it. Finally, 10 दिन के बाद, man. It looks like forever, and this like you said, I think it was you or someone who said it looks like a whole new test match, new test
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
इतना
New
बढ़ेगा.
series. It
Yeah,
looks
so
like a new series. It's been a
but
big break. I think this is.
just for like the sake of the tournament and just for the sake of the viewers, थोड़ा spice रहना, थोड़ा अच्छा रहना ये match. I know it's good from an Indian perspective. 100% we're
Oh
all in.
yeah, India's perspective. Like if I'm in the Indian team, or if you want India to win to get to the WTC, they have to win this Test match. It's still on the line.
So
They
for
can't
them,
afford.
it's going to also be pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, they still need to finish. Like they still need to finish off the series. I know that Sri Lanka, New Zealand thing, whatever, it's going to be difficult and all that. But like right now, what is in your hands? Your hands is if you win 3-0 or 3-1, you qualify. So that's what you have to
Qualify.
do. तो
Wow.
उस हिसाब से आई थिंक दे हैव टू बी ऑन अलर्ट. शमी सिराज को आईपीएल में कुछ मैच में रेस्ट मिलना चाहिए बुमराह की तरह यही वर्ल्ड कप. हाँ, लाइक मतलब दे प्रॉमिस द एनसीए विल हैव सम से इन दिस एंड दे विल बी इन टच विद आईपीएल टीम्स. बट मेरे को डाउटफुल दिख रहा कितना रेस्ट मिलेगा कितना नहीं मिलेगा.
अगर ये
डे आईपीएल
अगर ये
owners will have the say, right? अगर खेलना है.
अच्छा आईपीएल का है. ओके, आई एम जस्ट सेइंग एटलीस्ट ये फोर्थ टेस्ट अगर थर्ड टेस्ट जीत गए तो फोर्थ में सबको बिठा दो भाई. सो ओके, लेट्स से द विन नॉट कट प्ले एंड दीस गाइस प्ले.
हाँ, I agree with that. Mustafa Bhai or India women's team has shown the way they play in T20s and semi-final, attacking from the start, power play 64-3. Bro, they played amazing. It was that run out. And also they don't have batting after, Deepti Sharma. They didn't have that batting. That their batting decreases straight after number 5, 6. After Richa Ghosh, they don't have that batting. So that you have to look that into consideration as well. But their approach was, I enjoyed it, bro. The way they played 20 for 3 against Australia, against Ricky Ponting's team. If, imagine, do you think they would take it this close? We wouldn't think. We would close the TV. So
We
I
didn't
think
even take it close against England, man.
so. Like 20 for 3, the way I was very impressed with the way the Indian team played. And then
Yeah,
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 end में
100%.
हो गया, run out हो
सही
गया.
लग रहे थे. I think it was just a good day also for Harmanpreet and Jamima. I think
They
वो
made
जिस तरीके से
individual errors which cost
yeah,
them, but they bank on individuals. That's also another problem, right? You're banking on individuals, and when those individuals make mistakes, then think it was 100% Harmanpreet's fault. It was not unlucky or anything like that. It was her fault. Like she should have been more alert in that run out.
yeah, 100%. मम्मी को नहीं मिल रही कोतमीर नहीं लाए तो घर में अंदर आने देते.
आपको पूछ रहे हैं सवाल.
मम्मी से पूछो मेरे से क्या पूछ
मम्मी से ही
रहे.
पूछते हैं. आई थिंक यहाँ पे
रो
गलती कर दी है.
व्हाट्सएप व्हाट्सएप पे बात करें मम्मी से यूट्यूब पे बात करें
अरे वो भी
पाके
थोड़ा
जब
उठा लो.
भी.
क्या बोलते हैं, ब्रिटानिया 50-50 बिस्किट्स एंड थोड़ा वो फ्रूटी भी उठा लो. इसमें ऐड कर लो लिस्ट में. क्या बोलते हैं फेस?
हाँ, यहाँ पार्सल भी कर दो.
पुदीना पुदीना के साथ प्रोटीन, मस्का, लाल मिर्च, धनिया, टमाटर के साथ ऐड कर लो कुछ. बट स्टिल अनलकी.
Okay.
अकॉर्डिंग
Yeah,
टू Alisa Hill,
definitely.
is not
I
unlucky.
think it's not unlucky. You can't zone out, man. You can't zone out.
Of course, fun to hear you, bro. Yeah, according to Elisa Hilly, is not unlucky. Like she should have been more alert. Siraj is the most fittest cricketer, more fitter than Virat
Virat
Kohli.
Kohli.
Akash,
Not
I
possible,
think
mate.
भाई मेन टीम में कोई भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हराने का काफी टाइम लगा. आईसीसी में सीरीज में ऑस्ट्रेलिया वुमेन टीम को इंडिया को भी टाइम लगेगा. बिल्कुल सही है भाई. आप बहुत अंडरस्टैंडिंग से बात कर रहे हैं. आई रियली अप्रिशिएट दैट कमेंट दैट यू नॉट बीइंग एज क्रिटिकल. टाइम तो लगेगा. एंड अगर आप ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम देखो, लाइक ओवरऑल टीम बहुत सॉलिड है. दे डोंट रिलाई ऑन वन पर्सन. कोई ना कोई आके कंट्रीब्यूट कर लेता. लाइक वेयर एज इंडिया यू रिलाइंग ऑन 2-3 प्लेयर्स. तो
बट इसमें क्या है आप क्रिटिकल हो सकते हैं अंशुल भाई. ये वाले मैच में आप क्रिटिकल क्योंकि आप अपने हाथ से आप यू लेट इट गो. लेकिन आप 3-4 बार आप कॉमनवेल्थ में आप इधर उधर आप खेल चुके हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया से. एक आध बार मेंस तो एक आध बार तो जीत भी जाती होगी. बट आई वुड जस्ट से कि ये में हरमनप्रीत पूरा मैच ला के खुद ही दे दी. तो इसमें थोड़ा क्रिटिकल हो सकता है. बट डेफिनेटली टाइम तो लगेगा. एंड लाइक
रिएक्शन से मालूम हो गया था जब भी हारने वाले हैं. उसको खुद मालूम था कि भाई बैटिंग नहीं है मेरे पास. उन्हें कैसा रिएक्ट करिए. अगर like if they had batting after that, they wouldn't have reacted like that. Like I don't think you should be a bit more calmer. I know the way she got out added to the drama 100%, but yeah, like it wasn't for me. Yeah, your prediction, India winning this test. You said Australia will win, right?
Yeah, I feel Australia are going to come a little bit more stronger and a little bit more confident. Labuschagne and Smith at the wheel.
Look, I'm not counting that out because I felt that second test match was Australia's and it was Ashwin. Jadeja pulled it back crazy along with crazy sweep shots. So it will be like a bit of a challenge, but for India, I think they're favorites because still they have to. The mental block that this Jadeja and Ashwin have created with the ball and then with the bat also, along with Akshar Patel, they're making life very difficult for Australia. They made this tour extremely uncomfortable. And yeah, that's one thing they'll have to try and solve. I just don't know how they're going to get past these two. If they get past these two, then yes, they can win the game.
Yeah,
and you might not have to worry about it. If you have the position last time, 130 for 8, it's just about cleaning that tail then, or 130 for 7, whatever it was. You have to just take it one step further, I feel.
Yeah, I think that's it. Australia board team has invested in WBBL, WNCL in past 8 years and without getting economic profit from WBBL as it is not that economically profitable. Australia board led the way. Yeah,
that's a very good point. I was listening to a podcast as well. I forgot which one I was listening to, but that's so they were mentioning that they have invested in the WBBL for a long time now. That's why they're getting the variety of these players. So many Ashley Gardner out of not out of nowhere, but they They got her. There's a lot of youngsters. Talia Magra is coming through, so they have replacements for their star players as well. So I think the
Yeah.
WBL has played a huge part of that, and yeah, good for them. They've been taking it. KL Rahul, after getting dropped from Team Virat and Dhoni, be like, हमारे शादी के गिफ्ट्स वापस दे सकते हो क्या? Did they go to his wedding?
I don't think they were in the match. Dhoni might have gone. I don't know what Virat. I'm not sure.
Do you think they will sleep in the third test to avoid that shot? I think only
They
Smith,
will.
Labuschagne, not
Khwaja.
Labuschagne, I think Smith
Khwaja.
or no. I'm saying Smith and one more batter. I forgot who. Hanscom. They should avoid it.
Hanscom.
The rest should play the sweep. Yeah, play it,
But
man.
not to that extent. Like every 2 minutes, like Alex Carey. Alex Carey should pick his moments. I think Alex Carey
Yeah,
has
you had
good fierce
it.
approach, a good attacking intent, but in
Yeah.
the wrong direction
Yeah, I
probably.
agree. You need to limit it, but you have to play the sweep shot. That is your shot, right? Like that's what's getting you runs. They just went overboard that day. I don't
But
know
you're
what
just
happened.
making so evident that you're going to make a sweep that like they know how to counter it, right? They're not stupid bowlers, so you have to be
Yeah,
smart
like
with your moves.
especially they didn't consider the day of the pitch. That's what I felt because on
Exactly.
they played how it was the first couple days. It wasn't the same on the third day, right? So that's what they didn't take into consideration because Khwaja was effective with the sweep shot in the first innings, and he did
Yeah.
well with the sweep.
Yep.
So and Hanscom played completely differently. He played with the straight bat. He trusted his defense. That was his first line, and then he took it from there. So you have to have a good balance, but yeah, it also depends on the players. Jhadu is always on. Jhadu is always on. Fez. Jhadu is always on.
KL Rahul
Yeah.
century coming. Rohit Sharma century also, bro.
Fez and Ashish have this lovely bond, man. They always have replies for each other and everything for each other. And Qismat dekho. Fez missed the deadline and he has the best captain in FPL right now.
Hey, till
Man,
tomorrow,
in
मालूम. Till मालूम. कल का
बस
मालूम होगा,
दुआ
boss.
पढ़ रहे हैं कल लिवरपूल ब्लैंक आर्सेनल ब्लैंक हाँ
I wish. I wish. Can't wait.
pitch is red
Pitch
soil
is
so
red
they
soil.
will keep more bounce so sweep should work in my opinion.
In my 100%, and that's what Australia
But
approach.
then
But
thinking
again,
about
just
Suraj, do
yeah.
you think it can clip the glove? Do you think that can happen? Like it's a genuine question.
But Australia pull well as well, right? Like they have a good pull shot on them as well when you compare it to an Indian
The
squad.
hook well as well.
Yeah, hook. Sorry, yeah, hook.
No,
Was
both.
it hook?
They're two different
Yeah,
shots. The
yeah,
hook
yeah.
and the pull.
Hook,
He's a
hook.
good hooker of the ball.
Hooker. Yeah, hooker. Of
Pakistan
which
men,
ball?
Pakistan men team T20 मैच हो ऑस्ट्रेलिया वुमेन एंड इंग्लैंड वुमेन का कुछ नहीं है पता पाकिस्तान हार गई हैं
पाक मेन टीम T20 मैच हो ऑस्ट्रेलिया वुमेन एंड इंग्लैंड वुमेन का कुछ नहीं पता पाक अच्छा पाकिस्तान टीम मेंस टीम is so bad in T20 that they might even lose to the women's and England women and Australian
नहीं
women
यार
in
फाइनल
T20
पहुंचे लोग
भाई
T20
फाइनल पहुंचे भाई एंड
में
अभी रिजवान ऐसा खेल रहा है अकेले 7500 मार ले रहा भाई ना
बाबर से तो
पाकिस्तान
ड्रीम
का
मैन
प्रॉब्लम ये पॉलिटिक्स इतने है वो जगह पे दैट
फिर भी देखो फिर भी उन लोग पहुंच जा रहे सेमीफाइनल फाइनल आप कुछ भी
एंड
बोलो
इससे
पहुंच जा रहे
वही तो मैं बोला रैंकिंग का जब अपन बात करते हैं इट डजंट मेक सेंस लाइक पाकिस्तान कहीं ना कहीं
रैंकिंग
निकल
ट्रॉफी
जाती
में
है यहाँ पे
सरफराज कैसी टीम के साथ जीता है यार वो लाइक
और
खतरनाक
वो भी यॉर्निंग करते करते करा तो करते सो आई मीन गेम ही कभी बाकी है रुको जरा गनी मेरी जान टीम बनाया विनाश हो गए आई एंड अपसेटिंग थिंग है मैं स्ट्रीम देख के सोया लाइक स्ट्रीम देख के बाहर गया मैं भूल ही गया फिर हम लोग अपना स्ट्रीम करे तो या इट वाज ऑफ टाइम इन इट
Harman has fourth most runs in ICC knockouts, 40 runs only behind highest. She is true fighter. Her best comes against the best.
100% Australia against she's always the best and
She just
she's
needs
proved
to
time and again
cross the
she
line. I
just
think
needs
she
to
can also she just needs to cross the line. But I agree, man. She's excellent in big games. Men and women cricket, both she's the best, huh?
yeah 100% she has thing but you can't sleep man आप नहीं सो सकते यार वो पिच पे आके वर्ल्ड कप के सेमीफाइनल में आप नहीं सो सकते यार
पिंडा कैसा आउट हो गया यार उन्हें but yeah I think the other thing the South Africa there's 2 more wickets left they have 310 on the board tomorrow they will be coming into bat I feel that that's enough runs on the board I'll be very honest with you in look South African fast bowlers will be at it from ball 1 it will be a good test for Chandapal Gyaldam Skhilache him and Brathwaite I think both of them it'll be a good test Brathwaite is a very 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 defensive solid player so it's going to be tested he's going to be tested though ये ऊपर नीचे रहेंगे they'll have to take a few body blows as well Mr. Cherwin in abroad.
बॉडी ब्लोज, बॉडी ब्लोज ऊपर नीचे रहेगा, लेकिन या 100% टेस्ट अच्छा रहेगा, बट या आई थिंक उन लोगों के यूनिट अच्छी टुगेदर है, खेल रही है ज्यादा क्रिकेट ज्यादा,
Mm,
and I feel
nice.
yeah they might be able to counter attack and stuff whenever. Well, I think the captain mentioned that we just need to take our time on the pitch, not get riled up completely by Rabada and Northgate, and just maintain. देखेंगे, hopefully if it's a
अब
good test to watch.
दूसरी टीम, दूसरी मैच का फैंटेसी पिक्स बता दीजिए.
Bangladesh and England.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Will Jacks, and I'm gonna go with
Oh,
Litin Das. I think, yeah.
Leighton does. I'll go with Mehdi Hassan or Shakib Hassan. Who should I go for?
Hassan cancel. Nadal, Shakib or Miraj.
Let's go with Mehdi Hassan, and then from England, I'll go with my one of my favorite all-rounders, Moeen Ali.
Moin Ali.
Yeah.
Moin Ali is a good shout. Peace में आके he becomes that stabilizer in it. मस्ती एंड
Hey,
फैज एक यूनाइटेड का चैंट हो जाए ट्रॉफी आफ्टर 6 ईयर, माय गॉड. एंड ईएफएल ट्रॉफी एक जमाने में यूनाइटेड लाइट लेके खेलते थे, बट ऐसा लगा कि
yeah,
भाई
they also
वर्ल्ड कप.
started the trend of where you used to play the reserves, the bench
या
players.
या कर्लिंग कप.
Ben Foster आके keeping करता था, and like all these guys, Heinze and all these guys used to be playing, man. Fez chant.
या glory man united baby, any day man.
Tony
मेरे लिए तो वेग हॉर्स
Martin.
ब्रो, बाय ऑफ द
Huh?
सीजन. वेग हॉर्स.
Gola nahi mar raha, but off the wall he's killing it,
Oh,
man.
he's incredible. He's incredible.
Ten
Mustafa,
Hag,
your thoughts?
the Dutch Stone Cold Steve Austin, the
Hmm.
Dumbledore, Hogwarts settings,
The taller
Eric
version
Ten
of Ben
Hag.
Stokes. The taller version of Ben Stokes.
The Dutch Stone Cold Steve Austin, bro. Mustafa, your thoughts on appointing 3 foreign captains in WPL when there's Indian League? I have no problem with that. Whoever I think is the ideal captain in that team, you go with them. If that captain, if it's just because he's Indian, if you're going to put captaincy
Yeah.
pressure on a young girl, then I don't think that is fair on her. So in my opinion, I'm fine with that. The franchise that I support, which is the Hyderabad franchise, which was formerly known as Deccan Chargers and now Sunrise Hyderabad, they both have titles through 2 foreign captains. So I have no issues with that personally. That's just my
100%.
guys. Would you like to differ, or would you like another
No,
opinion?
I agree because देखो, with captaincy you require two things: experience, right? Number one, how many matches? Like if you have someone like Meg Lanning and you put someone like some younger girl like
Yeah.
Harpreet Deol, क्या है उसका नाम, हरमन Deol वाली जो है, so it won't make sense, right? So I think Meg Lanning has won like 3 World Cup back to back, 7 finals. Yeah, and I mean captaincy, man, you just don't need to think that
Bro,
much
look at
experience
look
how
at
they
the
can handle
English
match
league.
situations.
Look at the English league. Like, even Harry Maguire is like not captain. I mean, he's captain, but he's not there. Like, if you see all the football teams, this is going to change. This concept is going to change as the franchise club cricket grows. This concept
बिल्कुल,
of you have to have Indian
बिल्कुल.
captain thing is going to change because not every team can have an Indian captain ready, right? You can't like have 6, 7, 8 Indian teams ready.
बिल्कुल.
IPL maybe they've been developing. Who was the first IPL winner? Shane Warne.
Chen
Current
won,
captain.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I don't think it makes much of a difference. Like it depends on the actual player itself. Like I mentioned about the coach, rather than the nationality, you have to look at the player. If he's capable captain, then you have to give him the captaincy. Adam Gilchrist, he did wonders. You
Second,
put
yeah.
Lakshman as captain as the first thing. It came last. They changed the
Yeah,
captain,
yeah.
and everything changed.
Yeah, Tendulkar had official captaincy.
क्या लगता है इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप मैच में T20 मैच जैसा होगा भाई? वो लेवल
I
तक
can't wait
आना
for it.
थोड़ा मुश्किल है, बट इट विल बी क्रेजी. आई थिंक हो सकता है भाई. यू नेवर नो. इंडिया
बट अगर
पाकिस्तान
अगर अपन बिल्डअप देख रहे हैं यार, वो नेक्स्ट लेवल जा रहा है यहाँ पे. अगर नसीम एंड शाहीन
ये मगर
अफरीदी.
मैच कहाँ रहने वाला है, मैं उससे बहुत इंटरेस्टेड हूँ. आई डोंट नो व्हिच सिटी दिस मैच इज गोइंग टू
I just have a feeling if it's in India, then it might be in like Punjab, Mohali, something like that.
yeah, or maybe Eden Gardens. That would be crazy.
Eden Gardens little far fetched, maybe, I think, because just
What?
I don't know.
Because the last time they had the World Cup, it was in Eden Gardens, 2016 T20. They shifted from Dharamshala, remember?
Yeah.
वो उधर चले गया था वहां पे धर्मशाला मैच देखने, मगर शिफ्ट कर दिया बेचारा. couldn't go for that. So yeah, it was in Kolkata. So
Yeah.
Depends on when it's go. When Smithy or Harman goes to WBBL, then they appoint 19-year-old Hannah Darlington and Sophie Molo as captain. Look, maybe it's because of availability. Also, do they play the full WPL? And yeah, like you have an argument over there, but I'm just giving you my opinion. I think at that time also I would give Harman the captaincy. They should give her the captaincy in Australia as well. So like, I'll still stick to my opinion that shouldn't give like I think the captain should be the best available one, not just anybody.
Yeah,
I
hundred
think
percent. I
that's how
said,
you grow, right? Then they'll also learn. The kids will learn. They'll understand. Like I played under a lot of captains myself, and then I learn as well. That one day, if I want to captain, I can. But like if you just give me captaincy like that, I won't be able to take it. Anybody who's captain, it takes a bit of time. It's can't like straight away. Uh, uh,
I
I
support
suppose
RCB and W. Yeah, 100%. I know, and yeah, it's gonna be a very
Archie
jolly
is a
good
big
time.
fan of Richa Ghosh. Harleen Deol, कौन सी team में है? To support her as well, Fez.
I'll need to ask Bobby Dio, but yeah, we'll check. पाकिस्तान स्टेडियम
Pakistan
से
Stadium
कैमरा एंड अदर
camera.
स्टफ चोरी हो जाएगा देन पीसीबी से हम एशिया कप फॉर सिक्योरिटी के बात करेंगे. पाकिस्तान में यार सबसे बड़ी चीज चाय का स्टैंड है, दैट्स इट.
Tough on team fan.
बढ़िया. अब तो मैन में भी मैन में भी दो कैप्टन वार्नर एंड मार्क. वार्नर कहाँ है?
Yeah, and
वार्नर.
before that.
अच्छा, you're talking about foreigners. Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Oh, I think Warner might captain Delhi. But I
Yeah,
don't
he
know
might. Pant
if
is
he's
not
going to be
there
fit
right
or
now.
not. It depends on his fitness. He might captain Delhi this season. So yeah, like it depends on the thing. I think like you shouldn't rule out foreign captains. And it is an Indian league. Indian people will benefit. The Indian players will benefit if you're playing under a foreign captain. They will benefit. If you're playing under an Indian captain, also you'll benefit. But that captain has to be a bit more experienced. Needs to understand the game, and then in the future these guys will think. You can also look if you flip it, you can put a 17-year-old as a captain as well and put them in the fire. But the mental impact and physical impact will be too much, I think, if it
Yeah.
goes wrong. At least when you're
Yeah,
oldest,
look at Unmak Chand. He was the captain, under 19 captain. कुछ करा नहीं उसके बाद life में. But yeah,
yeah,
it,
like so like KL Rahul, like they gave him captaincy when he was 20, 29, 28 or whatever. He didn't do a good job. He's not captain, but it's easier. At least you gave him time to mature.
time
He
to
didn't do a good
mature.
job. It
Yeah.
doesn't guarantee that they're going to be a good captain when they're 30, but at least
Oh,
like the
yeah.
backlash, like he can handle it better. I don't
No
think
guarantee if he's gonna be a good captain. No guarantee if he's gonna be a good batsman. So yeah, KL Rahul.
yeah, Rahul,
He's a
very
good
good man,
batsman.
talented.
I'm just adding fire to the fuel to the fire in
Uh,
it.
yes, sir.
But
Final thoughts.
Shubman Gill, future. Shubman Gill is the future, baby.
Yeah, I agree. I always want to see him in the middle order. I still maintain that. Like in, let's see, Steve Smith as captain has a lot to prove in this test. I think batting improve hogi Australia ki. It will be a good test match. Expecting some sledging in this game.
100%. I'm expecting the same thing. Steve Smith on, yeah, as a captain, he'll have to prove. But they've had two test matches. उनके पास दो test match थे to assess their mistakes, come back much stronger. They've had 10 days of break, 10 days of camp. They need to do something to make at least a better effort than what they did in the last two. And the last two, like Mustafa said, the second one especially, they just lost it themselves.
Yeah, I agree. I think like Australia will probably improve in this game, but it's going to be difficult with Ashwin and Jadeja, man. That's the only problem that I have. Even I said this before the second test that Australia will come back strong, and they came back strong. I think they played fabulously in that test. Apart from that session,
For me, I think that Hanscom innings in the first innings, the one that he played, it was the
Hmm.
perfect way to play against India, right? He slowed it down, then he sped it up when they came in. He hit it
Counter-attack.
across, right? So that's how you have to play. You have to counter attack at times. You have to keep your nerve at time, and that's how you're going to get through. Look at Matt, like look at Rohit Sharma on the other hand, and you compare him to the other end. He's just too easy for him, man. It's like ये क्या यार ये rank turner कुछ नहीं. Bring my
Yeah, उन्हें
vintage
तो
and
अलग level पे है. Rohit Sharma is
something
the
else, man.
majesty, bro. He's
Something
different.
else.
Like there's no one like on this pitch. I have not seen anybody as comfortable as him. He's been on
Mhm.
another level. Your thoughts on the best in three jersey reveal in WPL, Mumbai, Gujarat, UP, which is the best? Faz is googling right now, so he can tell us. I saw
Yeah,
the
I don't
Gujarat
know,
one is
man.
like Sunrisers, right? Sunrise orange one. Um, I didn't see the Mumbai one. I didn't see the thing. I'll let you know when I see it. मैं देखा नहीं.
I
I guess RCB की best होंगी. उन लोग
because they're all about branding, ain't it? I mean, no
yeah.
offense to anyone, but yeah, I mean, they're all about
I
branding
think
right now.
RCB will have a good jersey. That's what it will look. I feel, but I don't know. I haven't seen the jerseys. I saw the Gujarat that took a quick glimpse. It looked very Sunrisers type orange.
Ashish is already in the on the website buying the Bangalore jersey, bro. He knows his number and name.
Australia sledge only at home against India, but in India they are friendly. Losses have mentality F Australia. This series
Yeah.
is proved. Smith giving thumbs up to Jadeja, Labuschagne being quiet. But look, the thing is also I was listening to a podcast and they were also mentioning this, and one guy said that when you're on top, you sledge more. That's the thing. When you're winning, you sledge more. That's when you get the confidence and thing. When you're losing, so if you remember when Tim Payne was sledging Ashwin at that time, Australia were on top. They weren't going to like. It looked like it was just if they broke that partnership of Ashwin and what's his name Vihari, they would have won that test match. So that's when they were sledging. When you're like when you have a strong hold in the test match, when you're getting battered, then thoda kam hota. So that's the thing. If you remember in the last series when India won 2-1, उसमें बहुत sledging थी. Was the Ishan Sharma and Smith के बीच में भी हो रही थी, and like Virat Kohli and Smith as well. They were all sledging each other. The brain fade comment, but that time Australia were uh, in a lot of passages during the game. They were on top, and that's why they would sledge. When you're under the thing, they don't really sledge. So that's the difference as well. When you're on top, you sledge more. किसके टॉप पर मैच के टॉप पे not I'm not talking about the gyal, I'm talking about the match. Match, when you're on top of the game, you sledge more. I don't know about the other thing, I don't have experience, but in terms of cricket, when the cricket team is on top, then that's when you sledge, right Faiz?
Yes, the Christmas sledge.
Yeah.
But I
आशीष,
think
अगर आशीष छक्के का रहा, मैं क्या बोलूं बैट्समैन को? मैं नहीं बोलता, मैं खामोश ही रहता हूँ। जब आशीष
शाबाश
विकेट
शाबाश
ले रहा,
शाबाश मारो
जब
मारो
आशीष
आशीष को
विकेट ले रहा, फिर
मारो।
मैं बोलता हूँ अरे इसके पैरा हिल रहे हैं, इसको बॉल नहीं दिख रही, आशीष कूद जाओ उस पे, ये वो, फिर मैं बोलूंगा
मैं
राइट।
आशीष को
The
एक
hell
कूदेगा
is
उस
the
पे।
public? I
आशीष
can't
क्या
wait for
शौक है
I
तुम्हारे?
need to go, man, in the summer and play some cricket, man. I can't wait, bro. What the hell?
Uh,
First, buy me a ticket, man, to Canada, bro. Send me to
shit,
Canada,
you
bro.
come to India. You come to India first. Mustafa bhai, do you have to the 2000s era Australian team? How does it feel when now they get defeated? Where it's like, oh, have you seen Acharya? What's your thoughts
Yeah,
on the
I've seen the
2000 versus
Australia
now?
team. I grew up watching that team, and
Yeah.
yeah, at times it feels good. Like you're defeating this team, which always used to beat the team that you
Us.
supported in childhood. So yeah, of course, it feels good at times. But I think cricket, India has become more powerful. There's more talent coming out. Of course, like the IPL has helped at times. So these kind of things have improved Indian cricket. But at the same time, Australia, yeah, you can say they've dropped to a certain extent.
Beautiful.
And they're still winning trophies though. If you see, like now they're going to be most likely in the WTC final. They won the T20 World Cup final. They're going through a slump, but they'll come back. I think Australia have that kind of mentality. They always look to try and win. Who would have thought they would have won that Dubai T20 World Cup? Nobody had them in the favorites, but Australia have that, still have that winning mentality. सचिन तो वो कर दे मगर विराट का डर है. हाँ,
अच्छा
विराट को
विराट कोहली will give it back, right? 100%
yeah,
विराट
like
तो दे देगा.
देना भी चाहिए. And also,
But what I think moments रहते हैं just
you
करने के
remember,
लिए.
like
So,
what Australians are good at as well. They sledge under the breath as well. You don't know like what's happening. Only the player they react. Even England, I remember कोई गमी बेर या कुछ डाल दिया था पिच में, जहीर खान की फिर गई थी, याद है? उसको फिर बुमराह उन लोग को भी स्लेज कर रहे थे, आई थिंक इन द लास्ट सीरीज इंग्लैंड में. सो वैसा है. जब तुम्हें सिक्सेस मार रहे थे, मैंने तुम्हें बोला कोई, हाँ मुझे बोल रहे थे कोई ना कंसोल कर रहे थे, थोड़ी बैट्समैन को स्लेज कर रहे थे इसके राइट. वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, we're agreeing the same thing. That's not sledging. You're supporting me.
ये तो यहाँ पे तुम्हें स्लेज कर दे रहा भाई. हल्लू हल्लू.
You're just he's giving more evidence to my argument. This is it. तुम स्लेज थोड़ी कर रहे हो बैट्समैन को. अरे मुझसे डर गया बैट्समैन और छक्के का, तुम मेरे को सपोर्ट कर रहे हो, अलग बात है. स्लेजिंग बोलते, बात करना अलग है, सपोर्ट करना अलग है, स्लेजिंग अलग होती है. लाइक यू स्लेज व्हेन यू आर ऑन टॉप, ब्रो.
जो भी है भाई, ऐसे 90 मीटर लॉन्ग छक्का कौन खाता भाई?
Stark will be
Stark
furious
if he gets
this.
hit in this match, maybe we will see more spice. Yeah, Akash, I can't wait for that. And maybe first over, obviously, of Mitchell Stark is always interesting, right? So it's always exciting to see what he does in that first over. He always either he picks up a wicket or it's like a maiden. Obviously, it's not in Australia or in South African conditions, but even in India, he's a threat. And yeah, it's just be interesting to see. It's going to be a lot of spice, and spice also because like yeah, Smith captain. Smith is also in this mental spot कि भाई मेरे को बताने का है कि मैं इंडिया में खेल सकता हूँ. You have like Labuschagne who's willing to show that all the 500 runs that he made in the West Indies tour or the runs that he made in the South Africa tour, it will not waste. I am a good player. So there are a lot of things that are definitely boiling in the Australian dressing room, and they're just eager to show that. I think so. Yeah, मजा तो आने वाला है definitely.
हाँ जी सर, और कुछ बोलना है आपको?
और क्या बोल सकते हैं सर, जबरदस्त आज एक टेस्ट मैच खत्म हुआ, कल एक जबरदस्त टेस्ट मैच शुरू होने वाला है.
जी.
Just a good time for cricket right now. It's like the बेहतरीन time है, and then just in a matter of 1 month we've got IPL back, so we already started talking about that. Obviously in the 4 days we have the women's IPL. तो क्रिकेट तो इधर उधर इधर जिधर सब उधर, it's like everywhere man, चारों तरफ.
Johnny Best on Virat sledging थी क्या?
I need to explain on the fast spill the beans on our own talent when we play. Catch of the season for Ekman was taken by. Yeah, Mustafa is a good fielder. Like, but where was this? Like, Slips or the third man?
I'm a good fielder.
Yeah,
No,
you're
you
you're
guys
good.
improved my fielding. I wasn't that good, bro. Like, I still don't take high catches. But
But where were you on this catch?
no,
And think
Ashish used to take me to nets के पास वो रहता है grass banks, वहाँ पे लोग
yeah,
फुटबॉल भी
yeah.
खेलते हैं, वो वहाँ पे ठाक fielding कराता था. So that's how I improved my fielding, bro. But then like I want to like practice. I always want to practice more. Like it's really good weather, it's crisp weather. The pitch is nice. I miss summer cricket, man. दरवाजा खोलो मम्मी, कितने बार घंटी मारूं भाई.
तो मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा भाई, आपकी मम्मी ये चैनल देख रहे हैं, आप चैनल देख रहे हैं, हमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा. लाइक मम्मी इधर से अगर देख के मैसेज वहां जाके डोर खोलेंगे, मतलब
नो
क्या है
बेचारे
भाई?
गलती से ही इज टाइपिंग इट इन हियर.
नहीं ये क्या व्हाट्सएप का ग्रुप है, फैमिली का ग्रुप दिख रहा है ये भाई, लाइव चल रहा है भाई.
बेचारे कोई बात नहीं, अगर मम्मी देख रहे तो फिर मम्मी खोल देंगे दरवाजा.
मम्मी खोल लो दरवाजा प्लीज.
बेचारा सौदा लेके आ गए मेरे भाई. Schedule of WPL is very good. They have not put matches of WPL on day of ODI games of India versus Australia. The only problem I have is only 2 grounds. So will the pitches sustain? Will the ground be able to withstand those many games? That's the only thing.
ठीक है.
सॉरी देखो कर रहे हो रहा, कोई बात नहीं भाई, कोई बात नहीं.
लाइव के बीच में
चलो हम लोग भी इजाजत ले लेंगे, आप भी बात कर ले सकते हैं, आपको भी हम इंटरप्ट कर रहे हैं.
मम्मी प्लीज लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब.
अगर राहुल से स्लेजिंग हुई तो राहुल कुछ कह चुप रहेगा. भाई राहुल स्लेजिंग क्या था साउथ अफ्रीका के अगेंस्ट? It's 11 men versus the whole world बोल के याद नहीं है? हाँ बस 11 men versus the whole world जब वो स्टंप माइक को बोला था उन्हें.
अभी तो राहुल स्लेज भी नहीं कर सकता, खाली एज दे रहा है. स्लेज तो दूर की बात है, बट या इट्स शुभमन टाइम नाउ.
मैच का बताओ, एज मारा बैट्समैन ने, बॉल ट्रैवल्ड द वे थर्ड मैन उसी रन डाइव्ड वेरी क्लोज द आइज एंड पुट हिज आर्म on the last. Yeah, I caught it like this.
That is strategy, bro.
Yeah, that was like, yes, that was crazy times, man. The wind of the summer, the sun beating down. भाई 7 बजे कड़क धूप निकलती वहां पे, 7-8 बजे शाम में. 9:30 को फिर वो होता सनसेट. ओहो, टेक मी बैक टू द समर डेज.
वो दिन मेरा गांव कनाडा. वाह.
Take me back, man. I need to go back, bro.
जाएंगे पहले इंडिया.
Fire session prediction for today.
मेरे ख्याल में ऑस्ट्रेलिया will
I want Rohit to win the toss, bloody toss, man. Bat first and then see.
Even if he does, he'll forget what to say.
Rahul's surging versus Root when he threw the ball towards him 2016 England series in 1999 knock and 199 knock.
199, the highest, yeah.
I remember the knock. I don't remember the sledge. Yeah, but thank you guys for joining us. Catch us tomorrow. We'll after the first day's play. The third session के बाद हम live जोड़ेंगे, probably a bit later after the game, but we'll join you guys. Notification की घंटी दबा दो, subscribe कर दो, share कर दो अपने दोस्तों के साथ, and we will basically catch you. With last comment, I've entered my house, guys. Mark safe. See you, brothers. Thank you for being my notes for today. Arey bhai, thank you for joining us.
Please put this on Facebook. Your mark saved, man. what do you
Yeah,
think?
and also thank you for reminding me that I have to do grocery as well. I think that was the comment of the day for me. Let me see if I can pull it up as we close, but I can't find it anymore. But chalo first, thank you so much. Best of luck for the game tomorrow, and I will catch you guys. And make sure if you haven't seen it, watch the England versus New Zealand highlights. It was an incredible game.
Yeah,
Take care, guys.
100%.
Good night.